Good evening, all, and welcome to the All In Squadcast, starring me, Daniel Lee, Daniel Aviard,
Hello.
Joseph Robinson,
Hello.
and my good friend Declan Robinson.
Hello.
Why is he your good friend? What am I not a good friend?
Fine. Starring my three good friends, Joseph Robinson, Daniel Aviard,
No, we got the hint.
No, it's too
and
late
Declan
now.
Robinson.
Yeah, it's too late.
Yeah,
It's
too
too
late.
late for that.
Alright. For tonight's
Biggest
Topics?
loser.
Yeah, tonight's
shit.
biggest
It's
loser.
gonna be uploaded on an evening.
Tonight's biggest loop. Yeah, you've got me saying it now, Declan. Thank you.
Yeah, tonight's biggest loser is me.
Tonight's biggest loser. This is
me. I
So
want to die at the moment.
on tonight's show, even though it's just started and we've
Doing
probably
ketosis.
introduced the podcast, doesn't matter. We're gonna have a brief introduction of what the podcast is. We're then going to move on to the controversy surrounding Hong Kong at the moment, China, move on through political news into the Extinction Rebellion, then the England versus Bulgaria game happened tonight. Moving on from there to a less serious note, a movie review and specifics, the Joker, and then video games. So let's begin.
'Cause I love me some video games.
Oh, we all
Yeah,
love video games.
especially
Huge
when you start
nerds.
off with politics. I love it when video games cross over with politics.
and yeah, we all
Tonight
do.
we've got a crossover episode.
Yeah, well, they're all going to be crossover episodes.
That's the point. Segueing into the introduction, it's always a crossover episode of All In Podcast.
Yeah.
You get it, because we're all in.
Yeah, I get the joke.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but then I didn't want to. But
Or
then you
just
said,
get your favourite podcast, spawn in a blender, it comes out broken.
and
But This
shitty.
is what you get.
Yeah,
This-
shit.
this is what it is.
Shit.
It's the Asda Smart Price podcast, honestly.
Let's go.
So
for you, Range.
So starting off with Hong Kong. Sure by now that everyone is aware of the horrific crimes that China is committing in Hong Kong.
Hey, it hasn't been decided yet whether they are crimes or not.
Also, I sort of forgot how it started. I just woke up one day and then
And there were rebellions going on. Yeah.
plus this was like a year ago when it started.
I mean, it's all to do with like mainland China trying to integrate Hong Kong into the, People's
They're
Republic
like-
model. Because for a long time, Hong Kong has been kind of semi-autonomous and doing their own thing, and now the government of China, like, they want them to follow all the laws and regulations and things that the rest of the mainland
Yeah.
does. And
Which
just people in Hong
Hong
Kong, are
Kong-
like, we don't want that.
Yeah,
I can see why they wouldn't want that,
and
honestly.
Yeah.
rightly so. You don't really want to be part of a totalitarian regime.
I mean, let's not forget that in the mainland they do now have the social credit score thing in place.
Yeah,
Mm.
I mean,
Guys,
that's
you ever
just
watch
like
Black Mirror?
Yeah.
You guys ever watch Black Mirror? It's like that in real life
It's like
now.
that, but real.
Yeah.
And very scary.
Yeah, it is kind of scary to be honest.
Yeah,
Mostly because I know that my social credit score would probably be
really
quite
bad.
low.
Very, very low.
Very bad.
Yeah, especially if they monitor your internet history.
It's,
Not easy.
let's not get into that, shall we? It's
That's a whole different episode.
yeah, that
What?
is.
My internet history.
If you want it to be.
2 hours of Daniel Aviard's internet history. You better not be using incognito.
It'd just be a load of heavy metal.
Can't watch that in China. That is degenerate.
That can be Tuesday, the 11th of February, 2020 to 2020's episode, because that is Safer Internet Day. So,
Ooh. Ooh.
spitting straight facts.
So, Hong Kong. One thing I find funny about this is that guess who's selling arms to the Chinese military / riot police.
Is it bad that I was gonna say China when you started off?
Oh, that'd be impressive.
Hello, do you want these weapons? Yes, please. You're gonna have to pay for them. What you mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's a bad country.
Trust
No,
nobody.
it's America.
Trust nobody. not
Yeah,
even
like
yourself.
I said, I guess it's gonna be.
Well, yeah, true. Well, the thing is, and some apparently in some of the reports on TV about it, they've picked up like empty canisters of tear gas. And on the side, it's like made in California,
Ooh.
Oh,
and it's like, oh,
Ooh.
okay, cool.
Ooh, that's not what we like to
the
hear,
thing
is
is
it really?
though, they're not just like importing them.
Yeah, but the point being is that like countries have a responsibility not to trade with other countries that may be committing human rights offences with the weapons that they're trading.
That's probably true.
But
Well, I
again,
mean, it's
like
true,
it's up for debate in air quotes as to whether they are actually violating any human rights.
I mean, they kind of are.
They are, but
I mean,
like
they've had to do
international
something
courts
wrong.
don't want to shouldn't give it to them.
And then there was the whole Blizzard thing recently.
Oh god, here's the crossover bit, crossover episode.
Already, yeah.
You see, the problem is with the Blizzard thing, I don't see like right.
Why people are surprised? It's just because of money.
Yeah, but it's like people are like burning the copies of Diablo 3 and like World of Warcraft expansions. Like, what's that doing? That's
Nothing.
It's
not
You still
affecting
pay for it.
Blizzard.
It's just
You still paid
protesting
for it in the
again.
beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You just like
But there was
burning
a
yourself.
bunch of people that cancelled subscriptions, like the Classic.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I meant to say, is it? I meant to say World of Warcraft.
You got there in the
I
end.
got there, yeah.
if anything, I think we should like deliberately play the games so then we bump up the server costs.
I mean, yeah, that's one way,
Reverse boycotting.
that's one way of going around it.
Yeah,
But
we
also-
DDoS them through playing the games.
Hmm,
So then it's not like
I don't
hacking.
advocate DDoSing.
fantastic idea.
I don't
Yeah.
advocate DDoSing.
It's not DDoSing, it's just playing the game.
Yeah, it's just
I
playing
mean-
the game.
No, it's not. It's
Everyone-
an organised attack, and you will become a criminal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
but
go-
we're using
Joker.
compromise bases.
Just going back to the
Oh,
whole
crossover.
Blizzard thing for a second. The thing I find pretty funny about it is that people are idealizing May as this Hong Kong supporter.
Yeah, and then the voice actor supports China. Yeah, we
Yeah,
know.
you
We know.
You just check her Twitter.
Yeah,
Well,
but
right, here's the thing. Where does she live? Where does she live?
China.
Probably China.
I mean, that's
yeah.
DDoSing. You say I don't
No,
support
because she's a
DDoSing.
public
Let's-
figure. She's a
let's-
public
not
figure.
DDoSing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, alright, fair enough. I'll find out where exactly she lives.
She needs to keep a social credit score up.
Yeah.
Shanghai.
See, she can't say anything. She can't speak out
She
because
lives
she
on
get
111
she-
Shanghai Avenue, Shanghai.
because the
I mean-
social credit score would go down.
If the character that she's playing is known for like Hong Kong protests and being a mascot, like that's probably not going to do her any
But
favors.
yeah,
Well, I mean, if she's trying to find a career in China, nowhere's going to employ her if she's spoken out against the government.
Yeah.
Oh,
kind of got to keep
It's
it on
been
the down low.
implicated with speaking out against the government.
And it's like she sort of needs to keep up that good public appearance. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, because you're not going to go around, pissing off the government and expecting to get a job.
Yeah. In a place that's heavily monitored by the government.
Yeah. So it's like you don't actually know what a real opinion is, although it might be a real opinion. Which,
And
in
yeah,
which
but to
case,
be
then the irony is
fair-
real.
it was like the Chinese Independence Day or whatever.
It was.
Mm.
She was talking about, which is the tweet you're referencing.
Yeah,
There was
that's-
some-
that's
the
where
tweet
she
that
was like,
floated around.
"Congratulations to my country for being years old,
So,
Yeah.
70 apparently.
70 years old."
That's
That
very
sounds
young.
more like.
Yeah, I mean,
Is it really 70 years old?
the PRC. Yeah.
Ah, right. The more you know.
That's why you come to this podcast.
Yeah, so you can like learn
For,
interesting
for,
facts.
for facts,
Mm-hmm.
with a grain of salt, because we might not be right.
If someone wants to correct us down
Disclaimer:
in the comments.
All In
Yeah,
Podcast is not always right.
They were formed in October of '49.
So that would make it 70.
Yeah.
You know how old I was in '49?
You
Not-
weren't even alive.
Not old.
Exactly.
You were not old.
Exactly.
Not even conceived.
Yeah. Great. You know,
Yeah,
Hong
That-
Kong
it's
is
really
doing
good.
brilliant.
It really is.
As
In an
much as I
ideal
want to
world.
boycott Blizzard,
Go on.
like Diablo 2,
Mhm.
fucking love Diablo 2.
Here's the thing, like, one purchase here or there isn't gonna make a difference.
Also, I bought Diablo 2 from a charity shop, so
Well, then that's like, okay.
yeah, I paid like $150 and it came with lots of Destruction expansion pack.
That's fine. As long as you're not going about, I don't know, paying for
Full price.
loot
What-
boxes in Overwatch, then you're okay.
Loot boxes in Diablo 2 again from like
Oh, he just just gets a random update.
oh,
Loot boxes now.
Oh.
they updated it so it says Diablo 4.
It's an all new game.
Oh, I'm trying to imagine that.
No one would ever know the
Oh,
difference.
it's so terrible.
No one would.
Overwatch skins.
Oh no. You can be May in the game, and she goes, "I love China."
Yeah, the
I really love
realistic
China.
arcane with Genji. Stay a while and listen.
So at the end of the day, thank you, Xi Jinping, for violating several human rights accords and just making life a living hell in China.
It really
It's really nice.
do be like
It's
that.
good.
Yeah.
Be like that sometimes. And
It did
Yeah.
be like that.
Mr.
It's a bit
President for
ironic.
life, or whatever his official title is.
It's a bit ironic given a certain character which it looks like, which
Winnie
is
the Pooh.
Way.
Hey, it's funny what I'd do for a bit of honey.
I do find it funny that there was all the controversy and then South Park got banned, didn't it?
Oh yeah,
Because
did that.
because they said something in an episode, and then after it got banned, they did like something like evil. And I've not watched the episode, but apparently they did something like even.
I know the
worse.
quote. I can tell you the quote.
Yeah.
Yeah, give us the
Go
quote.
for it.
They said, fuck the Chinese government.
Oh, is that all
Well
it
then,
said?
yeah, it's as simple as that, then, isn't it?
You see, I saw the episode because it had 9 fetus in, and they were really cool and real heavy metal. And it was a really good episode actually. It was like one of the best ones like in a while for South Park.
hmm
It will basically Stan, or is it Stan?
I don't know. Stan and Towley were like making a company.
Yeah, Integrity Farms were going to grow weed, and they wanted to sell it to China to make more money because that's what all the movie companies were doing.
Uh-huh.
So they were like, "Oh, let's go to China and give them all this weed." But they didn't know weed were like really illegal in China.
As it is in most countries.
Yeah.
And then in jail, Winnie the Pooh and Piglet are both
Oh,
illegal prisoners.
Uh-oh.
At some point, Mickey Mouse comes on and
Uh-huh.
he's like, "Hey guys, we like China."
Oh, that's awfully nice.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's just me trying to describe the episode without sounding like that no bullshit channel on YouTube. I
Oh,
saw
not-
his video on it and it
Not
was
that guy.
just like, "Oh, this joke is really funny. This poke's fun."
This one
The
really
current
sticks it to the
political climate.
Chinese, guys. This one owns the Chinese government. Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's just like, here's the punchline for the joke that's about to be shown, and then they like play the clip, and it like takes way too long.
Great. Absolutely brilliant, isn't it?
They should have shown Mickey Mouse being brutally murdered by the Chinese. This is an American symbol.
No, because they want to like appeal to China, don't they?
Well,
Who?
Yeah.
Who are we talking
Yeah,
about?
like-
yes and no.
Yeah, but it's like Disney want to make money in China.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Well, it's a big consumer base because there's so many people.
Mm.
Yeah, that's like the exact reason why Blizzard sided with the government rather
In the Chinese government.
than.
It's all just money.
Righteous protest
Yeah.
movement.
Every company and every country will bow down to China when it comes to money.
Because
You
there's
know-
so many Chinese people.
We
Yeah,
want good trade deals with them. We want, access to their markets.
Yeah, we want their markets, their money, we want their hearts, their minds, we want their souls.
And because of that, we risk violating basic human rights,
Yeah.
all for the sake of profit. And
Right.
it baffles me how states and companies are okay with this.
So Blizzard, why did you ban the Pro after he sided with the people of Hong Kong? I like money.
Actually, they released a statement saying it had nothing to do.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
It didn't.
because-
It didn't. Believe us, guys. Believe
Because
us.
the PR went completely down the toilet after it, and everyone
Mm.
decided to boycott Blizzard. So they were like, guys, we're gonna unban
Guys.
him because that was stupid, and but we still want your money, please.
I like
Please
money.
don't
I like
go.
money. I like money.
Did you see that where someone pointed out that it got posted like 8 a.m. in China? If you like look at the
Ooh,
time zone
that's
when
just
the
some strategic
release got
timing, my
posted.
guy.
Oof.
It was like 8 a.m. on like a Friday or something.
Oh yes, no
Yeah.
one's gonna check it at all.
No. We won't.
Well, it's balancing the interests of public opinion in everywhere but China and Chinese pockets.
That's how it be.
We all love China.
We love China.
In
We
the
love
end-
Chinese. I love Chinese food.
In the end,
And
oh,
that's as much as I can say.
you gotta love a bit of Chinese food.
Oh.
don't you?
Ah,
Oh.
Just cheeky Chinese.
1.386
Cheeky
billion of
Chinese.
the population as of 2017, according to Google. And that's another fact for you.
Thank you, Mr. Aviad.
Yeah, no worries.
Fact, man.
Really good at Googling.
Got any more straight facts?
They did reduce that guy's ban though, didn't they? They like let him have his prize money.
Well, yeah, a big look.
Here's the thing about like esports. There's always fucking controversy. Like,
even if
we take China out of the picture-
Controversy in the.
Yeah.
It's
such a
Who was that
small-
guy that looked like the Fortnite dude? You remember that?
What?
You remember that thing?
I don't remember that one.
It's bad because I don't know his name, so I shouldn't have brought it up. But like, here's what I'm googling: esports guy that looks like
Oh, I don't think that's gonna come up with any
Fortnite.
results.
Yeah, probably not.
he looks like Fortnite.
I
no,
know
okay,
some
no, it just
Rainbow
come up
Six
with- it just
play
come up
got
with
banned for
Ninja.
toxicity.
It's Ninja.
It's just come up with Ninja.
I mean, he does look like Fortnite because he is Fortnite.
He's all Fortnite.
I mean, not anymore, but I mean, that's
Oh,
like video game news,
I've actually found him.
Oh, you found
Push
it.
that to
What's it
video.
called?
Tfue was his name.
Oh,
Oh,
Tfue.
well,
Do you remember
that
the shit with him?
That was with FaZe,
Not at
wasn't it?
all.
That was yeah,
It
his
was
contract with
FaZe
FaZe or
'cause
whatever.
His
Yeah, like,
contract wasn't done
Phase
properly.
want like a load of like the merchandise or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wanted a
Yeah.
huge cut of his
Haven't
merchandise
heard of
sales.
Yeah, but that's all like
Oh.
fair enough, kinda.
Well, his argument was that he signed the contract when he didn't know any better,
Yeah.
and then when he was trying to get out of the contract, they just wouldn't let him,
Yeah.
which is kind of shitty practice for a
Well, that's
business.
companies for you.
Yeah, but I mean,
Not all. Not all.
Yeah, but FaZe isn't really a company. It's run by
Yeah,
like
it's just all, like,
25-year-olds.
The thing
They
is
don't
with
really know
esports, it's
what
like
they
a
do.
new market,
Yeah.
so there's no real regulations or standards for them.
But the money in it, like right now, is insane. Like, what was it? There was like a 16-year-old that won a Fortnite tournament and got like
The
3
Fortnite.
million.
Yeah, no,
What
it-
was this? The Fortnite World Cup or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he were really good at Fortnite. He placed down them wooden barriers.
Fortnite World Cup prize money, prize pool.
I swear it was like 3 million or something.
It's-
Three
I swear-
million in
Yeah.
prize money.
But,
Yeah.
While each player on the winning duo sides receives 1.5 million.
But with,
How
with
much
that
did
money,
the parents
like,
took from him?
you don't,
Oh, 2 million.
you wouldn't
Easily.
Yeah, but even with a million, like,
Winning it
goes
winning
so
it for
far.
playing for winning like even 1 million for playing Fortnite is just insane.
Yeah.
Imagine being that kid and going into like school like
The
next
next
day.
day,
I'm a millionaire.
Hello
Yeah, pretty
guys,
much.
it is me, your millionaire friend.
Yeah,
And they're like,
yeah.
can I have a chocolate bar, please? He's like, no,
No, peasant.
no,
of course not.
I like money.
I mean, just what are you gonna do about all this?
What?
We can't.
It's similar to, well, in terms of business, it's similar to people playing sports.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's
business
based on,
wise.
you know, viewer counts and
Yeah,
what sponsors
yeah.
you get and blah blah blah, boring shit.
Can't believe you
But I'm
just
not going to
swear.
make the argument that esports is, it's just another sport, because
It's not.
it's just not.
Yeah, but
It's
when-
not another sport.
Chess is considered a sport.
Yeah, but I mean, is it
It's
really?
the brain is a muscle,
Brain
alright?
is a muscle.
Yeah, the
If
brain
you've
is a
got big
muscle.
brain, you are ripped in the brain.
You're
Yeah,
ripped.
but by that logic, like, isn't esports like brain and muscle? Because you're moving your like
Yeah,
mouse.
yeah, but you move your hands when you play
It's
chess.
fine. It's fine. Twitch movements, isn't it?
Hmm. Slightly off topic
That's
about
when
it, but
it's when speedrunning as an esports becomes big.
Hey guys,
Oh,
watch the
yeah,
games
yeah,
real
yeah.
quick.
That's just your muscle memory.
You never seen them races on AGDQ?
No.
No.
You always
Yeah,
feel
welcome
bad
back to
for
Awesome Games Done Quick.
Games done
But
quick.
like, every so often there'll be a player that just like fails miserably, and you like feel really bad for him.
Because that ruins the entire run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because
it's
to
like
to get anywhere near like setting a record,
It
you've got
needs
to get it
literal
perfect.
perfection.
Second perfect.
yeah.
I got a record in a really like. It were only run like by like 2 people, but technically I have a world record in it.
Congratulations.
I didn't upload it though because they were like really shit.
I didn't upload it because I'm too humble for that, guys.
No, it's like it didn't have any commentary, and it was just like it was like the 5th run that I did.
Anyway,
No, no,
opens the
no,
door
world
and the
record.
game is over. Well done, he's won a world record.
I'm like, there's no way it's that easy. I must have done something wrong.
You did it so wrong that it worked.
Yeah.
Oh, it
Well,
sometimes.
I think
About like 20 seconds or something.
we should move on to his next topic.
Yeah, do you think we've ticked that one off the list there?
We have gone a little bit off track from China and Winnie the
That's the
Pooh.
entertainment value.
That's
Right.
Yeah.
We need to fill out the podcast. This
We-
is the
this
pilot episode.
filler
We
is
need to
required.
make sure that we have at least one funny moment.
We need to make
Oh,
a
yeah,
good
definitely.
impression. Oh, everyone start
Oh,
panicking.
Oh. What's the next topic? Ooh.
The next
Extinction
topic
Rebellion.
is the
Speaking of making a
Extinction
good
Re-
impression, this is going to ruin it.
The globe,
This is a hot take.
The globe's dying. We are all
Oh,
gonna...
hot take. Hot take.
Save
Wink,
the
wink.
planet.
So basically,
definitely.
I was in the kitchen the other day.
your individual responsibility to save the planet.
It is-
Not
it-
the responsibility of the
companies.
corporations that are
No.
responsible for mass pollution. No, it is your responsibility. Using a plastic straw, heathen.
Yeah.
You're the reason why the planet's dying.
I don't think that's what they're arguing for, though.
Let
No,
Declan
I'm
speak.
joking.
He was in the kitchen, and then what happened?
So basically, right, I was in the kitchen the other day, and I turned the
Mhm.
light off because it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and you don't need the kitchen lights on at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Probably.
And my flatmate goes, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm saving the planet," and it was like, "I need that light to see." and I turned it back on, and there was no difference. There was no difference at all, but it had to stay on. So my efforts to save the planet were in vain.
For nothing.
For nilch.
Well, smash that like button,
Smash
hit
that like
that
button, and
subscribe button,
subscribe.
hit that bell icon, because
Where-
Declan has just
where-
provided you another
Where
20
is this
years of
going
life.
up on? Because there may not be any of these things.
No, it's going up on YouTube.
Yeah, it's gonna have
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to find a funny background for this.
to.
You should
Yeah,
put
that's
it
why
on
I'm
Instagram.
making one.
It's
Very
also easy to
interesting.
get artificial
So-
growth on Instagram.
So yeah, about Extinction Rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, this is your hot take.
Mhm.
isn't it?
Hot take,
Mhm.
hot take, hot
It'll
take.
take time. Come on, Daniel Lee.
I mean, I think they're doing God's work.
Yeah, they're doing something good.
Yeah, I think they're
Reckon?
genuinely doing
What
good.
do you think of the all the angry people in London then?
I don't care.
Do you think that the people that are complaining that they're being late to work should just man up or something?
Well, right, regarding the whole travelling situation in
Where
London.
was this? Oh,
Well, because
of, like,
people, because
stapling
like the
themselves to
blocking,
planes
Extinction
or
Rebellion are blocking roads in and around London
Yes,
as part of the protests.
they shouldn't block areas
I've
that are
got-
going
I've
to
got
seriously affect
I've got
people's
the-
travel.
The thing is though,
I
is
can
that-
I can refer to the protest methods at the list at the back. If you want.
Yes, you can. Yeah, if you want to, it would be
oh,
helpful.
God.
if you're a small group like that and you've got no way of getting to the government, then the only way that you can get your ideas across is by disruption. It's the only way people are going to listen.
Yeah, but
Okay,
And
So,
also, if you're disrupting people from getting to work because they can't drive, I mean, you kind of like doing what you want to do. You're preventing people from, having a big carbon footprint in that moment of
definitely,
time.
yeah.
by
Yeah,
blocking
well,
a
that's just
road, you're
being
just
a
letting people
dickhead,
sit
isn't
there with their engines running.
Well, I'd assume most people would turn them off if you literally can't
No.
physically move, but people
Oh,
are
oh,
gonna
No,
start
no
there.
one does that.
No one does
Who
that.
would do that? Right,
Right.
here's the Extinction Rebellion handbook, right, which was written by like a loose collection of people.
References.
Because it isn't like a single group, but there's
No.
people in here that are like kind of important.
Is it like the 7th revision or whatever?
No, it's just a project, I guess. There's some chapters are written by like slightly important people. Like chapter 3 is written by the ex-president of the Maldives.
Oh, sick.
No,
Why is that
don't laugh
funny?
Don't laugh about that. It was the head of a state.
I know, but it's just like I thought it was gonna be someone like
Barack Obama, not a chance.
no, like David Cameron or something.
David
But most
Cameron
of it,
even exists?
most of this is written by like firefighters and just regular people, like some
Right,
academics and things
I
like
guess
that.
being the ex-president of the Maldives is quite important in comparison to.
To a firefighter,
Yes.
but there's levels of things.
Yeah. Anyway, what's
Go
the
on.
methods?
So okay, here's the chapter I'm blocking because at the back they've listed like methods of protest that they agree with.
hmm
Here's how to block a road according to the Extinction Rebellion handbook. What you'll need: a banner long enough for the width of the road, rebels to hold it, literature to explain your action and Extinction Rebellion's values, a rebel timekeeper, 7 minutes blocking, 3 minutes off the road, and repeat. See, that's the idea for
Yeah.
these protests. They're supposed
Oh,
to.
so
And
like,
also some
really
big heavy
to-
books to throw at people. That'll get it into their heads. That should work.
It also lists here one of the key ingredients for holding down a road is cakes for pissed off drivers,
That's nice.
flags, badges, stickers, and placards, music. Gotta play music.
any specific requirement for the music?
Heavy
Queen.
metal.
It's things that's relaxing, definitely not heavy metal. Well-being and legal observer rebels, basically someone to stand on lookout so you don't get arrested.
Impressive suicide
Yeah.
and black metal.
That's an example of like some of the things that they stand by in
Yeah.
I
terms
suppose
of these
in theory,
protests.
but like
In theory, but again, it's a loose collection of people. It's not an organised movement, so
Yeah.
you're gonna
Yeah.
have people that take it too far.
You see,
And, like, when
Silver
I
and Tifa,
try-
really.
what's annoying
When I
about
organise,
it? Yeah, you go ahead, Aviard.
alright, when I organise like getting to university, like I don't take into account 7 minutes of being blocked by Extinction Rebellion. So I
It's a
can't
good job
imagine,
you
yeah,
don't
but-
live in the south.
Yeah, but we're not in the south, so.
so I can't imagine anyone like takes into account 7 minutes for Extinction Rebellion to get to work or anything.
I mean, if you're working at a place where your boss is like, that's your fault, you know, they're an asshole.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah, but chances are you take like the minimum like buffer time possible. Cause like no one really wants to get to work early, do they?
No, you set off to arrive on time. No, no
Yeah.
earlier, no later.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to be late because then like you're in the wrong. You don't want to get there early because there's no benefits to being there early.
mhm.
Yeah.
Overtime.
Yeah, but you don't
Except
really
it
get
has to be
paid
official overtime, or else you don't get
It'll
paid.
be unpaid.
Unpaid overtime.
Woohoo. We all love that.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Mm.
Yeah, so but like the annoying thing with the Extinction Rebellion is the fact that we had all this like back in April, and
Yeah.
like the government were like, "All right, we hear you," and then
And they do
didn't
bugger
do
all.
anything about it, which is
Mm.
why they're now back again.
There was,
Here's the
there
thing.
was mention
Here's
of
the
it in the
The-
Queen's speech to
The
Oh,
government,
oh, speech.
the
Mhm.
government in this country have declared a climate emergency, and that's more than most countries.
Yeah, but they've not done anything
They've
about
not
that.
done anything. They've not done anything. So what does that say about everyone else?
Did you see that where they got that fire engine to spray like the fake
The blood, fake blood. Yeah, and they dropped the hose as it was spraying.
Right. Like a really shitty analogy. It'd be like there's a serial killer and he's just killed like 10 people, and they've gone, right, this guy's just killed 10 people.
Yeah, he's
Right.
he's a threat to people's lives.
He's a threat. Are you gonna do
And
anything?
they don't try and find him.
No.
Right,
No, we're not gonna do anything about that.
do a really off-topic like thing.
Okay.
Super off-topic, but
Go
today
ahead.
at uni, we were doing note-taking, and we had an exercise on serial killers.
Mhm.
Oof.
You want an
Segue.
interesting fact?
Yes.
Go ahead.
There's only been 3 women serial killers since 1960
Ooh.
What is that globally?
in the UK, and only
Oh,
one of
right.
them acted solo.
Huh.
Huh.
Ah.
There you
How
go,
is
many?
that's
interesting.
How
a
many?
fact.
Yeah, but how many total serial killers has there been since then?
Oh, they didn't say that.
They didn't say. I wonder like what the. Because like
Dum dum.
you don't like
What was
Three of them
unless
were
you look
women.
into it, it's not something you know about, is it really?
what was the message of that statistic, by the way?
Most serial killers are men.
Right.
Okay.
So what were they trying to get at?
What, the university or the serial killer video?
Oh, well, just like the entire message of the. I assume it was like a lecture you went to
It were on how to take notes. We had to like watch the video and
and take notes.
then take notes on the video.
Okay, well, what was the message of the video then?
Serial killers are men. They must target
The same
women
colour
over
as
60,
their owl.
and the definition of a serial killer is more than 3 murders over 30 days or more.
Mhm.
Right. Okay.
Anyway, back to Extinction Rebellion.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It was
Here's morbid Extinction Rebellion. All right. They love serial killers because they take out more climate abusers.
Yeah, we just kill like
You can't
all
have
the
a carbon
factory
footprint
owners.
if you're
You're
dead.
Yeah.
precisely.
Kill all the cows for producing too much methane.
They out here farting.
Yeah, I think they need to carry on Extinction Rebellion.
Yeah, until someone actually decides to be like, oh, we'll pass some
I mean,
legislation.
it's
to try
very
and help
doubtful,
this.
It's
but
been more productive in certain areas of the world than others. Specifically, Africa. Did you lot hear about this Great Wall of Trees that
No, I didn't see
a bunch of African states have agreed to?
No,
Well,
no,
what's
what's that?
Wait, let me try and
Oh
Let me
wait,
try and
I think I did actually hear about that.
Wall of Trees in the Sahara. It's near the Sahara.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, how are they gonna grow trees in the Sahara?
It's just beneath where they can actually grow trees.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
The Great Green Wall, or Great Green Wall of the Sahara, is Africa's flagship initiative
800
to combat the
kilometers.
climatic change and desertification. Led by the African Union, the initiative aims to transform the lives of indigenous people with music, green. Yeah, so they're planting a lot of trees,
Yeah, 800.
which is more
Wait,
positive action. How many?
8,000 kilometers
Worth of tree.
across the width of Africa.
And
Yeah.
is this like how wide is it? Is it like one tree or is it a couple of trees?
I mean, it's a wall, isn't it? So you'd assume that it'd be like quite a thick boy.
Like I'd
Yeah.
expect like at least 3 trees wide.
It started in 2007, so it's 12 years.
Well, I mean they
So
can always
far?
add to it later on, can't they?
Yeah, they're hoping to be done by 2030. If the
Well,
So,
if
like,
the
I
planet's
feel
still
like
here
it's
by
only
then.
hit sort of the public consciousness now because of the whole,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extinction Rebellion,
Yeah.
climate.
Yeah, like
Greta
people be
Thunberg.
googling like what's Africa's opinion on the climate, and then just see that and they're like, oh, okay.
Well, like yeah,
Aviad, 10 miles wide.
10 miles
10
wide.
10 miles.
Yeah.
I thought we were like 3 trees.
No, that's actually quite impressive, to be honest.
that's
that's
pretty good.
actually going to be like massive.
I
So
suppose I'll.
so, point being is that, like, the African Union have done more positive action than like anyone else on the global scale
Mm.
about this.
I suppose that'll like make up for like the Amazon rainforest fires that happened.
Oh
Are they
god,
still
I
happening
don't
as
know
well?
about that, you know.
I think they're still going.
The
Yeah,
problem with
yeah,
the problem with the Amazon forest rainfires is the biodiversity that's there. Because
Yeah.
like
Oh
There's-
yeah, there's like loads of like
it's
frogs.
like 90 whatever percent of species live there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
once that burns down, they're all gone.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like oh, there's loads of frogs and shit that like haven't even been discovered yet.
Yeah, exactly. And we
It's
never
like
will discover them
lightning.
if they all burn to death.
Yeah. So all we've got is some, like,
Yeah,
frog
it's still
corpse.
going.
Mm,
It's died down a lot
I mean, as long as it's
from
died
last
down.
month, because last month there was about, around about 20,000 fires.
Yeah, well that means that the fire has been going on a month.
Well, it peaked in August at 30,000.
Yeah.
And then dropped
that
it.
just puts into scale how much there is because we're going on a month and it's not all gone.
And then dropped to 20,000, and now we're down to less than 5,000.
How much of it's still left?
A lot. It's a very big.
It is
Well,
the
it's the
largest forest in the world.
Well,
Mm.
yeah, but it's like
It's just like how big?
yeah, because
Well, you want to know how?
when I think of like the Amazon rainforest, like I think of a lot of trees, but
67 million. Oh god, 1.7 billion acres,
that's like really big.
2.6 million square miles.
Yeah, because in my mind, it's like I can imagine what like a photo of the Amazon would look like, but beyond that, it's just like a load of grass. There's like no
Hmm.
trees.
Well, it's
Because
just
I've
trees
got
everywhere in it, isn't there?
Yeah, but it's like I can't.
Yeah, because it's a forest.
Well,
Yeah.
my imagination is not Google Maps. I can't click and like go to a location.
Well, just, the worst thing about it is President Bolsonaro of Brazil.
Oh,
That is,
God.
and his decisive, does not care attitude to it all.
No, isn't he
Oh
considering legalizing
yeah,
illegal
I thought
gold
they already
mining or
were.
something?
They already were
What?
legalizing the gold mining and deforestation of the Amazon rainforest.
oh god.
Because the idea is that he wants to industrialize the entire area because it constitutes a large part of Brazil to boost the Brazilian economy. Because
To be fair, Brazilian economy is not the best.
No, but you know, there are other ways of going about it.
Yeah, but you can see why they'd like go down that path.
But
You
it's
know?
it's the most simple sort of, and then also the one with the most consequences path to use.
It's like the
Yeah.
idea that I'd come up with, and I mean, I am not the best at politics or the world or economics or anything.
Oh man, I picked a good time to zone out. I was just sat in my own little world, figuring out how many trees, like approximately, there would be.
What,
in-
are we still talking
in-
about
in
the
the Green
Great
Wall.
Green Wall in
Yeah.
Africa?
Is
so I
Brazil?
was-
Sorry, go on, Declan.
So I was like, all right, so it's 8,000 kilometers long by 10 miles. Look up how much 10 miles is. 16 kilometers. It's like roughly 130.
I did say how much it was.
Did you?
Yeah, 2.6 million square miles.
Oh shit, you did that. Okay, well
I
then.
just googled how big is the Amazon rainforest.
Not the Amazon
no,
rainforest.
no,
the,
No, we're
the,
talking
the
about
Great
the Great Green
Green
Wall.
Wall.
The Great Wall of
Oh.
Africa.
Okay.
What number did you come up
So
with?
then I converted that to acres. You know, this is all very rough, and I probably did it wrong. Probably missed an O somewhere.
Yeah, but you're better than maths.
You're the maths boy.
And then I was like, all right. So in acres, it was like 3,000. No, sorry, 32,123 acres
Bit of a
of
difference
land.
there.
Um,
3,032.
so then apparently, like on average, it's like 500 trees in an acre. That seems like quite low, but. So
No, that's pretty big.
so
it
so you
depends on what type
times
of tree it is.
yeah I know.
So you extrapolate the data.
So then,
Yeah,
so,
it's
so then you
like really-
times them together and you get like 16 or 160 million trees will be
That's a lot.
planted. It's a lot of trees.
That's a lot of
it
trees.
is.
A hell of a lot of trees. Hopefully that saves the planet.
And do you remember the initiative by that one toilet paper company where every roll bought they
Oh,
would
yeah.
plant a tree?
Yeah.
Cushel.
Yeah.
Michelle,
Maybe.
did they give up on that?
I don't know.
Not a
You see,
clue.
we never bought that because they were like expensive.
Cushel planting trees. I'm googling it now.
It's
Yep.
like- I don't really see them going and splashing out that much. On
There's nothing decisive because the latest news from it was
2014.
2014.
Yeah, which is velvet.
I guess they gave up.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Watch, there'll
Best
be like an
brand.
advert.
Best brand for planting trees. Pornhub.
There'll be like an advert on telly about like Rochelle planting trees again. And we'll be like, "Oh, we made
Oh,
a difference!
Oh damn it!
Oh, I can't believe it!
We
all in
did it,
podcast."
guys. We did
Oh
it.
my god!
That could be his claim to fame. We made a toilet paper company plant trees.
Will get us more than one view.
Oh my god!
Oh yes.
Could you imagine?
Not really.
No,
Yeah,
neither could
probably
I.
not.
That'd
Oh.
be great.
So I'm just
What
reading. I'm
difference?
just reading like a 3-month-old article by the Guardian.
This is about Rochelle.
No, it's just about planting trees. And apparently there's 1.7 billion hectares of treeless land, which 1.2 billion, I'm going to think that is, native tree saplings would naturally grow, which would cover about 11% of the size of the US and China combined land mass.
Yeah,
So-
but how much of that is like actually plantable?
Yeah, how much of that is like actually fertile land?
Because like I'm not
No,
having
no,
a tree
it
go
it
through
says,
my
no.
living room.
It says that the trees would naturally grow there, so I'm
Oh,
assuming it'd be
As long as they're
fertile
not
land.
saying like, oh yeah, we'll just plant a bunch of trees in the Sahara and the Gobi Desert. And...
Yeah, no.
You know how many trees you can plant in the middle of the ocean?
Oh my goodness,
Loads.
So many.
so many trees.
You see, the thing is, it's not just about trees, though, is
Yeah,
it?
but if we plant trees in the ocean, would the whales eat them?
I don't think whales eat trees.
It's,
You don't
it's
know
not
that.
just
You
about
don't
planting
know.
trees to save the environment, though, is it?
No, it's about
it's about
it's
dropping
about-
fossil fuels and
Mm.
also stopping deforestation. You know that would also
it's,
help. Let's not
it's
just
about
keep
dropping a
cutting things
nuke on the
down.
CEO of Shell.
What? A
Yeah.
Shell?
Yeah, you know the energy company.
Yeah.
Don't know about Shell.
Stop fracking
But we have to
Yeah.
stop polluting the waters as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
big,
did you
it's a
see
big
them-
concern.
You see, like,
Did you see
the only problem, like, you know, when everyone's like, oh, we should move away from fossil fuels, go to,
Renewable energy sources.
yeah, you're shifting, like, the problem, because if you go, oh, we'll go wind farms, you make it out of steel, which isn't renewable. So, so we'd run out of steel.
What we
And
yeah,
also-
the
and
point
also-
being is that we still need to find a proper way of doing.
Yeah.
You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, really, isn't it?
But, like, clearly nuclear is definitely the way to go, because,
That's it.
Yeah, genuinely, yeah.
the safest, like, by far.
Is
Like,
it?
Yeah,
Well,
Well,
yes.
we've made
Yeah.
strides since Chernobyl, man. Come on.
Alright, okay.
Even,
Yeah, it's
even
like-
with Chernobyl, there was like just massive fear propaganda over it. There's people that moved in there like a week
Well,
after the
yeah,
meltdown,
with
and they-
Chernobyl, you have to factor in the whole Cold War situation, don't
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, they've got
you?
nuclear.
The
that means
Soviets have
nuclear
messed
bomb.
up again. Ugh.
And
Fair
also
enough.
gets to like a lot
The,
of
the,
hippies.
the only real examples of actually concerning like reactor
Fukushima.
meltdowns have been in Japan.
Yeah.
Fukushima and all that.
Uh-huh.
But again, Japan is quite geographically volatile because it's
Mm.
prone to tsunamis,
Yeah.
Like we saw
Earthquakes.
2 days ago.
hurricanes.
Oh, yeah. Sick segue there.
Oh, great,
Into the Rugby World Cup.
Oh, can I segue back into Shell?
Okay, we'll go back.
Okay. Before we, I'll do my epic segue once we get to this point.
Okay.
Did you see them saltwater powered cars that they're selling now?
What? No.
No.
Right.
It
If
sounds
you-
like the start of a joke.
No, this is not a joke. This is real. I heard it
Welcome
on
to the
Polygram.
salty spittoon.
Right, basically, if you buy like so much fuel, I think it's like £30 worth of fuel,
Mhm.
then you get to buy a salt water powered like toy car.
Toy car.
Oh, the toy cars.
Like, what is that doing?
That isn't
Like-
doing anything. That's just making people buy more fuel.
It's just like, oh look, we can make salt water, make the car go meow.
And it's not.
like-
It's not an actual car. It's a little one.
Yeah.
It's like, why are they engineering a car which can run on salt water?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Probably because it's not very efficient, but you know.
Yeah, probably because it's not fuel efficient at all.
Yeah, because it'd probably only go like a couple
Few
of meters
meters.
and then like run out of fuel.
From Shell's
You need more
website,
water.
fill up with £30 or more at any fuel station. Shell, obviously. You can then purchase any one of your favourite 4 cars from £3.99 and a racetrack from £5.99.
What cars is there?
There's a red one, a yellow one, a grey one, and a black one.
Non-specific car.
I thought you couldn't be like, oh yeah, Ferrari F50, Lamborghini
Ford
Gallardo.
GT.
Well, I've not really looked at the cars. Right, okay, they've got names. There's Fireball, the Trailblazer.
Yeah, they're still not what we were expecting.
No, I was expecting Toyota.
The trailblazer of the team, Fireball pushes the limits and revels in racing on new and unique
Oh
tracks.
Jesus.
Shut up! Because next up, we've got the Sun Chaser. Swift and powerful, all rolled into one. Sun Chaser knows a good race and never backs down when it's on the sugarcane track. The tracks are made out of sugarcane, by the way. It's all recyclable.
Oh,
you know.
This is peak consumerism. Can I just point out? All of this is unnecessary.
Oh yeah.
And then the black one. Do you want to guess? Do you want to guess the name?
Gone.
Come on.
Well, that's not a
Yeah, the
guess.
black one.
Nighthawk.
That would have been a better name.
Gone.
Shadow.
Oh.
Hey guys, you ever play Sonic? I like the black hedgehog.
I like the one with the game with the guns in. He go boo 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 boo.
The stealth speedster and swift overtaker. Shadow is calculated and times his races to pinpoint accuracy. So the cars are gendered. The gendered cars.
Yeah, well, people
No,
like
it's
to
just-
do that with machines, don't they?
It's just Shadow.
Yeah.
It's just Shadow. The other ones are just cars. Shadow is a person. So
I thought they
okay.
always gendered
It's-
objects as she's.
yeah, they mostly do.
Like,
Like with
especially
ships
She
and
was a
cars.
mighty vessel.
Like, oh,
Don't
ain't
think
she
you're
a
a ship.
Okay, and then the white one, is lightning, nimble in nature and pure in its speed. Lightning is like a flash when it hits the sugarcane track.
I've got to get a look at these.
Be good.
You know, there's a really cheap cider called White Lightning. I think it's a cider anyway.
Oh, yep.
I only know it from anecdotes.
I know that one. I know that from the song
Oh, there's a song.
called White Lightning from like the 30s, I think.
Saltwater supercars.
Oh,
It was produced from early 90s to 2009. I don't think they're on about that in the song.
I wonder what they are on about in this
Very
song.
Specific cars. These are just like very stereotypical. Oh look, it's a fast car.
There's a very old-looking song here by George Jones.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, 59.
Hang on, can I just point out how on the Shell website there's a subtitle on this saltwater car bit that says how they work
Uh-huh.
with a question mark on the end.
Wait, hold on. They're tiny.
Yeah, they're like electric cars.
Bro, I thought you were on about like full drivable car.
No,
That's
no.
why
there is-
that's why we were like criticizing it
There is-
because
Oh, right, sorry.
Yeah, no. The
insert the special power pack into your car,
Where's this?
right? You mix salt and water, add 3 drops to your car, and watch it go.
You just watch it go.
Yeah, you watch it go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they've also got
You
one.
watch it
They've
go
also
and
got
then
one
it
called
doesn't come back.
How to Buy.
How to buy?
Play the game. I'm gonna play the game.
They've
If
got a game.
Oh, they've
Yeah,
got.
there's
They've
a
got.
game.
There's a mobile app.
Oh,
Brilliant.
If you can't wait to race your saltwater supercar, get online and play with our amazing free
It's
racing
just
app.
electrics, but like not exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
we can free roam, can't it?
yeah, that's what we need in games.
Free
More free
It's
roam.
It's open world.
Mhm.
Open world electrics.
Am I alright to do my segue now?
Oh, not
Right.
just, not
Yeah.
just yet. We were talking about water cars, and I'm pretty sure there are hydrogen power cars, right?
Those
Yeah,
saltwater
that's been a
cars.
thing. I think.
That's been a
Oh,
thing
oh,
for like a
right.
while, but I'm
Yeah.
not sure. Like,
There's
Oh, yeah,
solar
we should
power
think
cars.
Geography, I think, about it.
There's car-powered cars. Yeah.
The little cars driving around it. It's like one
The little
that-
hamster
that
wheel.
thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, hamster wheel.
but I don't know if there's a future for them. Like
Doubtful.
they're probably dying out with like the new electric cars coming in.
I think they were dying
Mhm.
out as soon as they started.
Hit the
Came
shelves.
into existence.
Yeah.
No one really invested in hydrogen pumps so you can refuel your car.
Well,
Mm.
that's like the
Surprisingly
complaint with
enough.
electric cars anyway. I mean, like,
Yeah, but
hydrogen
little are
car, it's just that, but like even more extreme.
As soon
Yeah,
as
but-
soon as the infrastructure's there for electric cars, it'll be like
As soon as they become more
saviour.
efficient and there are more
Yeah.
pumps, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can refuel them at little, can't you? And you can install them
Some of
pumps at home.
Yeah.
The only question with electric cars is how we're gonna make that electricity though.
Yeah. There's that, and then the manufacturing of the
That's a
batteries.
good
A
question.
lot of them are made in like super factories, which end up pumping out so much pollution anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
in the long run,
Defeats the purpose.
in the long run, it does save, but short term, like in like our lifetime, short term, it doesn't. I don't think.
Yeah.
It's not like we need to produce that many batteries at this moment in time.
No.
Definitely not.
Segue time.
Segue.
Alright. So, winding back a little bit to Fukushima.
A fair bit, actually.
Yeah, Fukushima and
Irradiated hellscapes.
irradiated hellscapes and bad weather, like we saw with Japan 2 days ago.
Oh, is that a topic we're
however,
doing now?
we're not talking about Japan, the storm. We're talking about the Scotland Japan game.
We're talking about how the storm. We're talking about how they stormed the pitch.
Yes.
What?
Listen, at the time it was a
shit
good
segue. All right,
it-
I
it
didn't
was
come
a-
up with it. It's a shit segue.
Okay, fine.
They
talking-
Yes,
stormed
it
the
is.
pitch with rugby ball in hand, and they crossed that try
And
line.
they won that game.
Scored.
Fine, it was a terrible segue.
I watched about 5 seconds of that game.
I watched all of it.
I watched no minutes of that game.
What was funny about it was the fact that they were like, "All right, we're going to cancel the game because it's storm season in Japan and everyone will die. You just don't play it. We're going to die." So the Scottish people were like, or the Scottish team were like, "Guys, if we don't play this, we're not going to qualify. So fuck you. We're going to have to play the game." So they went back and forth. They ended up playing the game, and then they still fucking lost to the Japanese.
Japan.
The Japanese, I don't even think the Japanese are like ranked. So
No.
for Scotland to lose.
Well, when you think
quite
rugby, you don't
funny.
think of Japan, do you?
No.
No, you've
They
got
are
Do they
actually at the
even
top
have
of their
enough
table.
buff Japanese people to make up a team?
Clearly.
because you think of like the Six Nations, and then like
I mean,
Australia,
even in the
New
Six
Zealand,
Nations,
South
Italy is pretty
Africa.
shit.
Yeah, no, but that's like the big ones.
The big rugby names.
Yeah.
The big
Or
boys.
Union anyway.
What day was this match on? Because
Yesterday?
It was either yesterday or the day
Yesterday.
before.
It was yesterday.
I definitely didn't watch it then, I don't think. No, I didn't watch it.
If you don't remember Scotland versus Japan playing rugby, then you didn't watch it.
No.
Yeah, but
Simple as that, really, innit?
we went to Bridlington on Saturday and we were in a pub, and
Yep.
there was a rugby match on then.
It
That might have been it.
wasn't. It wasn't Scotland.
Oh wait, no, never mind. I got the days
Because
confused.
it was
That would've been
yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, there was something on, and it looked like rugby.
Well, it probably was.
Probably
then.
was then.
Look, there were
Is that
pictures
either
of
your
ball.
is that your lack of like sports knowledge coming through, or do
Oh,
you
yes.
just, or were you just that drunk?
No, I don't
No,
have
of
this
course
rugby.
not.
Bit of both.
I just couldn't remember like what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's
rugby.
rugby. I just don't know which rugby.
when was it?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Although I don't know if we were like talking about a match which got played like before Saturday. I think it was just a straight up match.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
It'll have been on about 12. And you see, I think that's like a bit early for a rugby match, you know.
Ireland Samoa was playing.
Alright.
That was at 12.
Might have been that one.
Yeah. In which Ireland won?
Cool, mystery solved.
Well, I saw
the
a part
Irish.
of that in the reflection while I ate my burger.
How was your burg?
It were really good, although it were very meaty. It were like really dense.
Ooh.
That's a quality burg.
Dense,
I
dense.
know, it were like, oh, I wish I could go for a double. Oh.
Mm.
And we gave a choice of chips or fries.
Oh, very nice.
Mm.
What's the difference?
What's
Well,
the
the
difference?
American
like-
fries.
Chunky
Yeah,
chips.
chunky chips.
Chunky.
Or
Mm.
the thin fries.
Yeah, French fries. Yeah, that was
Thin
still-
fries surprise.
Although I'm pretty sure that like chips are healthier than fries
Yeah,
are.
but fries taste nice.
Yeah, they do. But it's just a bit ironic that you've got chunky chips and then like you thin American style fries, or the French fries, I guess. But
Were they actually invented in France?
that's a
That's a good
that's a
question.
good question. We'll get right into that. We've got a team behind
Uh,
the scenes.
Perhaps we should stick with sport, but move over to the
And that
Absolute-
was a goal.
absolute
That's a
thrashing
goal.
that we gave Bulgaria tonight.
Oh
Legal
yes.
football. Yeah,
You know,
it was certainly football.
we all
It-
kind of expected.
There were feet. There was a ball. I think it was football.
We all expected an England victory tonight.
However,
Perhaps what we didn't expect was the
Was all the-
vile
the
racism.
rampant racism from the Bulgarian fans.
I mean, we've had difficulties with Bulgaria before.
Yeah.
They aren't the most civilized of fans.
No. Good
But-
wording there, because that could have gone bad.
That could have.
Can I just butt in?
But in, yeah, go on.
This has nothing to do with
This is about French
with the football. This is the French fries.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
So the French gave the world the hot air balloon, the sewing machine, and even the bikini.
Yep.
And they also went on to give the United States the great gift of the Statue of Liberty. You know,
That is
we
true.
all know that.
you know, not even American. However, it's an American symbol.
Yep.
Dum-dums.
Well,
It's a
it's-
gift, alright.
But
It's
You can't- you
supposed to
can't-
represent.
You can't.
It's supposed to represent immigration.
the land of the free,
Yeah, it's supposed to represent immigration and
The land of the
the.
freeze burger.
the Friesburger. But they can't claim to invent the French fry because the origins actually trace back to Belgium.
That isn't That ain't France.
That
That's
ain't
Belgium.
France. Because historians claim that potatoes were being fried in the late 1600s.
Whoa! People have liked the
Whoa.
burgers
I
and
didn't even know
fries
they
and all
could
that time.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do, yeah, the famous
And
medieval deep fryer.
And then the apparently where it got the French fries name is that the Americans were stationed in Belgium, and obviously
They didn't know it was
this
Belgium.
This was during the First World War.
Mm-hmm.
And
They didn't know what Belgium was.
and the official language was French. So obviously the dum-dum Americans were like, oh yeah, that makes sense that it's French fries, because
Yep.
that's how the Americans were.
Mm.
So yeah, that's how we got French fries.
Well, thank you for interrupting.
You're welcome. I just thought I'd throw that factoid out.
I
That-
mean,
you know,
we're
this
curious.
This very serious topic of
Well, you
racism within UEFA.
Yeah,
in
well, I did
sports.
sort of want to know as well. Anyway,
As I was saying, you know, the Bulgarian fans, we've had lots of issues with them before. But if you ask me,
Do you want to cite a previous incident?
any football game that we've played against them,
yeah,
Mhm.
see previous
See
English,
previous matches.
Bulgaria.
There was also the Montenegro game. That was also.
Mhm.
Yeah, this was also during the qualifiers.
I don't watch a lot of football,
but
honestly.
if you ask me, tonight really took the cake.
And what was that?
Mainly because of the Nazi salutes they were doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at least they got escorted out of the stadium eventually.
Yeah.
Thing is, though, it didn't even look like they were being escorted out. It just
No,
like
it
they were just
didn't.
walking
It looked
off.
like
Yeah, it did look like they were just leaving of their own volition.
Yeah,
Like they
like,
got bored
you
and they're just
were
like,
to a pub,
okay.
alright then.
However, like
Mm.
you know, there's an issue when the game gets paused like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, 6
Yeah.
minute, stoppage time. First half.
Mm. For issues of racism.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's just not something that you want to see in football, really.
No, and it's not something that the players go across to,
Do,
experience.
And, experience, and yeah. You know,
Five? Go on.
kudos to Sterling
And the other
and
minority players. just
Rashford.
say-
I'm not very well
Rashford,
versed on
Tyrone
Rashford.
Mings, Tammy
Yeah.
Abraham.
Kudos to them for not. Well, there's walking off when it gets excessive.
Too bad, yeah.
hmm I can respect that, but they did well not to succumb
To violence against
to
the
violence.
players.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
they played it well. They played it cool. And at the end of the day,
We won by a good margin.
at
and
the
that's
end of
what
the day, we
counts.
should be proud of them for not giving in to this hatred and
Vile.
vile.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what I find ironic is, like, they say they're, like, so proud to be Nazis and all that. But they like, cover their faces with balaclavas and all that, don't they?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's got
Yeah.
repercussion, yeah.
Yeah, it's also like kind of ironic that the Nazis weren't exactly big fans of,
Bulgaria.
yeah. So it's just
Bulgaria
Yeah,
had
true.
Bulgaria
true.
had 2 black players on the team.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were Bulgarian.
They were
so
Bulgarians.
Oh, that's the
difference.
difference, is it?
Yeah.
Oof,
Of course.
apparently there was another incident with the Turkish team.
Yes.
Yeah, they
What's
were
this?
because you know with the massacres that's been going on with the Syrians and the Turks.
Oh,
Yeah.
The Turkish national team were saluting them, you know, obviously supporting that behaviour.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's great. And
That's
also,
really good.
And also, I'm just looking at something here. In 1931, the Turkish team did a Nazi salute. No, that's just fun.
Yeah, it's real
Well, that's
nice.
That's 1931 for you, isn't it?
Yeah, but the fact that it's still, you know, what, 70 odd years later, no, 80
Yeah.
odd years later, and it's still
Rampant.
rampant.
I mean,
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't see it like. You know, loads of people say it has no place in football. Like
It has
really
no
doesn't.
place anywhere.
Like,
Yeah, that's no place
Football-
anywhere.
Football is a bunch of funny people running about on a funny field, kicking a funny ball, and then doing a funny goal. I mean, that's football, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
But the atmosphere, like in some support bases in football, breeds that mentality.
Yeah, it's not great.
I don't see the point in it, honestly.
But what can you do to tackle it?
Nothing really.
Just what they're
Nothing
doing
with
now.
a red card.
Other than because if you stop the game, they win.
Yeah, but like
They get what they want.
Yeah, and it sort of like brings attention to it. Like if
And the
if
thing
it
is,
just-
when it comes to violence, which has happened before with things being thrown onto the pitch and things
Mhm.
like that, like it's no longer an issue. It's no longer an issue for like the ground and the authorities there to deal with. It becomes a matter of law.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna say something, but I've completely forgotten.
So, how do you deal with it? Is my question to both of you.
I think don't bring attention to it until after the match,
Mm-hmm.
because that way, if I've remembered what we were going to say, if we didn't bring attention to the racism that was happening, the game today, the England-Bulgaria, I
Yeah.
probably wouldn't have noticed.
Yeah, but the thing is the way that the players react to it, isn't it? Because obviously it must be hard to go out there and then
Yeah,
And
have all
hear,
that thrown at you.
things like, "Oh, you're a monkey," all that.
Put in Bulgarian.
yeah.
But in Bulgarian, yeah. But even that, it's still awful.
Yeah, it's not like they can wear like earplugs throughout to like,
Yeah, and even then, like you could see with some of the fans that some of the players that it fed into some of the aggression on the pitch.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean,
Sterling did get. Well, I thought he got a bit aggressive.
I mean, rightly so, to be fair.
Yeah, but he played brilliantly.
he
For
scored
once.
goals. I mean, that's all that really matters at the end of the day. In case any of you weren't aware, I don't really care much for football, apart from England and occasionally Huddersfield Town.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
that's just me.
good luck with that one.
Hey, we've been winning at the moment.
Really?
Yeah? We finally won after
Mhm.
500 days or whatever.
I wonder who got the man of the match.
Well,
And we
maybe.
didn't stick around on the stream for long enough to see that, did we?
No, we didn't. It was unfortunate.
Do you want me to Google it?
I'm having a look
I
at
think-
it.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I won't bother.
If you ask me, rightly so, it belongs to Sterling.
Well, I mean, isn't that just sort of like, oh, people are racist to you? Here's a,
Yeah, like
you know,
I
here's
don't
a pat
know.
on the back.
Mm.
You did good. It's like no win situation, really. Oh,
We'll
it's
spot and
We're just still talking about racism.
Oh.
Right now, I'm trying to figure out who got the man of the.
Oh, who got the man of the match?
Mm.
I hope it was Sterling.
yeah, well, that's what we were saying.
You kind of point out currently trending on Twitter is Nazi,
Nazi, yes.
Kick It Out, and Kane.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and also Gareth Southgate and Bulgaria. And
Yeah.
Bull. And a few other, which is probably football related, but I don't know.
The issue, it's kind of been a long-standing issue
Yeah.
because of racism.
Apparently, it was Tyrone Mings that was like the main player to get racially abused.
Right. Well, I think it's point to any black player on our team, and
Yeah.
they could all
They'll
be
have been racially
they could all be a
abused.
potential target for it
Yeah.
in any given game.
And they shouldn't be.
I think
They're out there.
I think the
They're out
team
there
as-
to do what they love.
Yeah, the team as a whole dealt with it like very well.
Well, we have a professional team, which is more than can be said for some other countries.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Such as
Colombia.
Antarctica.
I
They
think
don't
I
have-
think maybe Ross
Don't
Barkley.
think they have a
they do.
team.
we don't even have 11 people on that
Wait until you
country.
see wait until you see the penguins waddle out, and then you'll change your mind.
Oh,
Then you'll go.
so
Then you'll go. Oh,
What are they doing playing in England?
The thing
that's
is, though, they'd have to let
silly.
the Penguins win, but then that'd be match fixing, and then it'd be like a huge scandal.
Yeah, yeah.
That was really off topic.
It was. But you know,
Well,
it's
yeah,
funny, man. No one really
That's
knows.
why
you've got to have some humour in this.
Yeah, of
Yeah, I
course.
mean, it's a bit of a, like a
It's
not
a-
fun topic.
Yeah.
It isn't. It is a hard topic to have. But
Oh shit!
I mean, it shouldn't be hard, really.
what?
because-
What the?
Yeah,
hell?
it's a
England
game.
fan hospitalised with broken arm after being attacked in Sofia.
Jesus
Yeah.
Is this
Christ.
is this prior to the
This
match
was prior
or?
to the match, yeah.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that.
Well, speaking of, toxic fans, there you go.
You know, everyone's guilty of it.
What racism?
Well, it depends on who started
Oh.
the hostilities, doesn't it?
But yeah, it does. For now, we don't know about that. We don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's
How it
very
was
easy to
instigated.
like, aggravate someone,
I mean, no one is innocent in terms of aggression at football games.
until the full
But,
stop.
to be
But
fair,
I think,
so some of our fans have been responsible for
yeah, we
aggression
have.
before,
Oh, yeah.
especially when it came to the World Cup.
Mm,
Well, there were fears of it anyway.
Yeah, every team is gonna have a couple of bad eggs, you know.
every fan base is going to have a couple of bad eggs too.
Yeah.
But the amount for Bulgaria was
Yeah, it was like half the stadium.
it was terrifying.
Yeah, it's like
To be
you saw all them
honest.
people, doing salutes and getting scored out and all
You know, there were women doing it. It wasn't solely men, which came as a surprise.
that. To
Me
be
at
fair,
least.
like, you have to keep in mind that some of the people that were doing booing, like, possibly, like, maybe they didn't realise why they were booing. Because,
Yeah,
Mm.
there is there is the element of crowd
Crowd
and
Because it's like, if I
mentality,
were in
yeah.
a crowd and like everyone were booing, I'd just be like, "Oh, we need to boo
with
now."
them, yeah.
Yeah, I did it all the time when I was going with my father. You
Like,
know.
oh, we need to clap now. Yeah, clap. Yeah, woohoo.
Woohoo!
But I think people are definitely capable of
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
understanding a difference between, oh, we should boo now because we're playing bad, or, ooh, we should boo because Sterling has the ball.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
like, I mean, to be fair, like Huddersfield Town matches, like that happens all the time. But
Because we play terribly.
yeah, I don't think it's because like a specific player has the ball,
No.
not like a specific like ethnicity has the ball, you know. But in that case, it would definitely work.
Hmm.
Look,
Do
my
we
point
think? Go on.
My point being, you can't blame like little kids around. But then again, I didn't really see
I
any
didn't see
little
any
kids.
little kids.
So
No, neither did I.
where are all
I
the
think-
little kids?
I don't think anyone wanted to take them. I mean,
Like they knew it was going to be bad.
yeah. Plus tickets probably cost a fortune.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're not having this for your birthday.
Mhm. So what should be done about Bulgaria? Not the nation.
Annexed by Greece and
Not the
Romania.
Because you've got to distinguish between the fans and. It wasn't the team that would.
Well, the
They
thing
were
is, like,
doing it, it's
if
the
you're gonna address fans for national teams, you're gonna have to be focusing on pretty much all fans
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean,
for
that's
every single nation.
So it's a difficult one.
Yeah, well, the even though it was Russia and that's a bit of a dodgy topic, the Russian World Cup was handled well.
It was.
People got on, at least as we know.
Definitely. In my opinion, I don't think UEFA are going to do anything about it.
No, it was dealt with to a degree at the time, and that'll be satisfactory.
Hmm.
The fact that it requires like a player to complain about it for them to even act is pretty bad.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, but then again, it's like the referee can't. Well, I guess they could give a red card to the crowd by like abandoning the match.
What?
No,
You
it's
just-
like there's no way to punish the crowd,
There is. Kick him out.
Yeah, which is exactly what happened.
Well,
Eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like it's not like the referee like has a flag for it. Well, a card for
Well,
it.
should they introduce something like that then?
They should introduce some sort of like official system, I think,
Hmm.
rather than just let's stop the game because the player is complaining. I think they should stop the game because the referee sees that the crowd have been a bunch of knobheads, and
Yeah, definitely.
yellow card, red card, get out of the stadium, other team wins.
Mhm.
Other than again, I
Well,
mean, that
in
could
the
lead
ex-
to
in the-
some issues, I guess.
Extreme so.
Yeah, it would have to be a very extreme circumstance for other team wins. It'd have to be probably the fans and the actual team.
Yeah.
You couldn't just punish the
Or if
team
it devolves
because
to violence.
yes.
Yeah, because I mean, like, what would stop a bunch of people from other team like going into other crowd, shouting racial abuse, so then they get the win.
Yeah.
But that would be some next level tactics. I don't recommend anyone does that, but I'd like to see it
strategical
like-
racial abuse.
just like as a case study for like what would happen.
It could be good
It'd be interesting
for a study.
just to see what would happen and if it worked.
Doubt it would.
Yeah. If you have enough people, anything's possible.
It's true, as we saw tonight.
Apart from saving the planet, apparently.
Yeah, obviously. That's
Mm.
too much to ask.
Too many people is the problem. Yeah, if you think about it, if we just kill everyone, then there'd be no one left to,
I don't know. I don't stand
Kind of moving on to a societal talk.
Oh,
Society.
society.
That is
Which?
Speaking of society,
That
Which?
is the biggest segue.
Links directly to our next topic, our penultimate topic.
This is the fun zone, by the way. This
The
is
fun
fast
zone.
With
zone.
I don't know
exited
how
poli-
fun this zone is going to be for this specific topic, though. Yeah,
We're
we're
on to-
talking about fucking Joker,
Joker,
We'll see.
the film.
The Joker movie.
Yeah, the new one.
We'll see where it goes.
How do we all rate it?
Who's
I
flying
liked
as
it.
an old one?
9 out of 10.
No,
Don't know.
Graveyard?
It's
I'm gonna say. I want to say 9 out of 10, but I want to say 8.5 out of 10.
You can't be too positive.
no.
I'll give it a 10.
I give it 9.
I'd say it's up there.
8.75.
I give it an 8.9 recurring.
So just 9 then.
Actually, no. No, I would
8.9
I would say a 9.
Yeah.
There are a few bits musically that I didn't agree with.
Oh yeah, Gary Glitter.
Oh, the
Gary
Glitter
Glitter
bit.
and the whole stairway bit when he's dancing on the stair. I don't think they use the correct music for that, but it's all very minor points for me.
Yeah.
I've got some
Wasn't the Gary
notes.
wasn't the Gary Glitter song used for the stair scene?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Which then led into the subway.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Spoiler alert.
Well, people have seen it by now.
Yeah, not everyone will have done.
Well, we've entered the spoiler zone.
We have entered the spoiler
Spoiler
zone.
Spoilers. Anyway, in terms of my notes on this, I've sort of like written a brief review.
According to my research.
Oh,
Yeah. Good memes. I like the memes where they are replacing Joker's laugh with like, you know.
It has actually spawned some decent memes.
Yeah, but that's not what we're supposed to be talking about.
it's not meme
No,
review,
because it's a
but
piece of media. It
but
is transformative
it is
media.
transformative, so-
Okay.
I mean, it's not really related to the film. Like,
No, but it has
Not
spawned some
directly,
decent
but it is indirectly.
Yeah, which makes me think that The Joker is a good film.
Yeah, we've got the dancing on the stairs.
Yeah.
Bits of it were a bit cringy, in my opinion.
Well, that's kind of the point, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that is
Yeah,
the point.
that's the point, but like when you make the audience, when you make me uncomfortable because it's so like you knew it were going to happen, but you didn't want it to happen.
Yeah.
Like, it's like making that kid laugh on that bus.
Yeah, and the bit with the stand up.
Yeah,
But those were just sad.
And
Yeah.
Like,
then when he
wouldn't-
realizes his girlfriend isn't real,
yeah. You just
I
sat
wouldn't.
there like,
I wouldn't call it cringe. I'd just say it was.
it was cringeworthy.
It
It
was
wasn't
sad and
cringe, it was
it was
cringeworthy.
depressing.
There was,
Yeah,
however,
but-
like some hidden details in there.
But yeah,
Hmm.
the point of the film is to be a character study, so
Yeah.
therefore
Yeah.
you're gonna have some awkward moments, and that's
Which
the point.
people-
That's the
But like,
point.
you feel free to like not like the movie as much for those scenes being in there, because
So-
it can be uncomfortable viewing.
Yeah,
To give a
because
plot
when I was sat
synopsis,
I was
we
sat
follow Arthur Fleck, the Joker.
Right, genuine question, because I'm not a big DC fan. Is Arthur Fleck the Joker's name all the time?
No.
No.
Sorry, what was the
There's
question?
different Jokers.
Is it?
What was the question?
I was just gonna say, does the Joker always have a consistent human name,
No.
like in person name?
No, in the mainline comics.
Yeah, but isn't that so like the Joker's thing? Like he always changes his like backstory and all
Yeah,
Right.
the quote from The Killing Joke is, "If I have a backstory, I prefer for it to be multiple choice."
Yeah.
Okay.
that.
So that way he never has to own up to the truth of how he's got to where he is. But we follow Arthur Fleck, who is a downtrodden person.
Wow.
Clown, yeah, he's a downtrodden clown person.
He's a professional clown.
Yeah.
He does. He is a clown for a living.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
does
he has a
clown
job.
things. He goes
And-
around and clowns.
High
He is-
work.
He is bullied by people on the streets. He is bullied by his co-workers, his own mother at one point,
Yep.
and rightly so. It gets to him.
Oh yeah, like
He's
you have to relate to him somewhat, you know.
Kind of. Just in the fact that like
there's a
shit gets to him, you know.
there's a lot of like depression,
Yeah.
His whole
psychosis, I believe.
yeah, his
Yeah.
whole laughing condition as well.
Yeah, perhaps even
the-
schizophrenia. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, but it's like That's what a lot of people had a lot of issues with, innit? Because like I saw people
Yeah.
were like walking out because like the depiction of mental illness were like too much for them.
But that's
Yeah.
the
But
point.
then it's also like one of the only films that actually delves into.
It like delves in it
that.
with like a
I mean,
serious.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand the perspective where like it makes you so uncomfortable that you can't watch it anymore.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
But it's not really a legitimate reason to like.
walk out.
To
Oh,
try
No, it's a
boycott it.
legitimate reason to walk out, but it's not a legitimate reason to say that the film is bad.
Yeah.
No, it's
yeah.
not.
If you don't like it, don't watch it, sort of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is a case of
It
that.
is,
But
it is a very heavy film. It doesn't make for like light watching.
Yeah, and I doubt that a lot of people are going to change their minds. You know, after
Mm.
watching. The
Yeah,
film.
you either like it or you hate it.
it's like Marmite.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even the concept alone is probably enough to like put people off watching it.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
But Joaquin Phoenix though is a
I was
Pretty-
like,
pretty-
brilliant role.
I'd say it was an Oscar.
He does so well.
he played a good guy.
He
He-
did,
I mean,
yeah.
he played well.
It's
He played a bad guy well.
He played
creepy.
good guy.
he did deliver a very creepy performance.
I do have one very minor inconvenience with the script.
Okay. Go
I
on.
thought the line, you know that whole, oh, for my life was a tragedy, now it's a comedy.
Mhm.
Thought that was a bit crap, honestly.
Because just it
I
comes
didn't
out of
think
left
that was
field.
the best line in the
It-
film.
Like,
It comes out of left field because he doesn't actually find things
no.
that funny.
It does, but it also doesn't, because you see the transformation, because he says that after the murders and after he's had the little dance in the bathrooms. So, like, you see it grow into him.
Mm.
But there's also something that was spotted where, you know how, like, he's got his joke book that he writes jokes, but then there's also, like, the mental illness side of it.
Yeah.
When he's writing the jokes and stuff, and nothing, like, pornographic, that book was dodgy. He writes with his right hand, but
Mhm.
when he writes like the mentally ill stuff and like the shitty drawings,
Does it left?
he does it with his left hand, and then he killed the people with his left hand.
Holy shit, biblical symbols.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
You see,
So-
I always thought he
That's
was
the
using
left
his
hand
left hand.
calf. Bro, that's certain.
I always thought he was using his left hand, so then it like looked a bit like
no. So
You know,
so
like we're going-
it's like theorized that like it could be like a case of like, you know, like the personality disorder.
oh, split.
Mhm.
brain.
Yeah. So like the
Yeah.
fact that when the Joker like comes into it, it's the, you know, it's that left side, and that's the part of him that like sort of absorbs.
I
his
mean, it'd
entire
line up with
personality.
him. It'd line up with him experiencing like blunt force trauma to his head.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, in like overall, I thought it was a great film. The sort of like grainy, dark, downtrodden filming style of it really suits it.
Mhm.
Oh, and then there were also like, did you notice how like at the start, you know, before he became like the actual Joker, they were always going up the stairs, and then like after he started doing all them killings, that's when you finally see him going down the stairs. Like, I don't know,
Hmm.
I didn't
that's-
notice that, but yeah, that's a point.
I mean, maybe that's just like looking too deep into it.
yeah.
Because they were like,
Maybe.
walking towards the train station.
One thing I do have against the film is a
Mhm.
bit of a plot thread that goes nowhere, which
What, the
is
whole-
the super rat.
Oh, yeah.
It goes
Yeah,
nowhere,
yeah.
and it's like established at the start of the film, and then it's like not mentioned again.
Oh yeah, the whole rat thing. I think that was just supposed to be a throw.
It was supposed to be like a. I'm pretty sure it was to show like, oh, Gotham's a shithole,
Yeah.
but like it's like said it's like an important thing. It's framed that
Mm.
way, and it doesn't go
I
anywhere.
think what it was
I
like
think
trying to get
maybe-
at was
What, go
it
on.
was like this is like the big problem with Gotham at the moment. It's sort of like you see like normal people are getting left out, So like Arthur is like relatable in that sense. Like he's just a normal person, quite poor, that's been forgotten about by like the rich and the powerful. Who are trying to like control the city.
That ending scene, though.
I think maybe if that is the whole thing that they were going for, like, you know, the politicians are misguided, that would make sense, but like it doesn't. The movie doesn't frame it well enough.
Right, the way I see
it
the rat thing is DC are gonna whip out a film which is about a bunch of rats in Gotham. I mean, that's the way I see it. It's just like sneaky advertising, like, oh, you remember this like Joker? Ah, there you go. Because like they must have known Joker would do well, so they need to like do some sort of subliminal advertising.
I don't think they knew Joker would do well. We were all very skeptical when it was announced.
I think as soon as it was announced, there was that much hype behind it that they knew it was going to be at least.
I was extremely skeptical about it.
I was a little bit skeptical. Like I didn't want to just be Game of Rise up and all that. You know?
Because the last movie that DC did before that was Shazam.
Yeah,
but Shazam was apparently like a decent DC film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but it didn't really have like the marketing. And then the movies before it flopped, so no one really watched it.
You've got like Justice League, which is terrible.
Yep.
You've got Aquaman, which was shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got Suicide Squad, which was disappointing.
Worst thing.
Suicide Squad, Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. Yeah, that was a disappointing role.
Yeah, you know, he feels like really terrible now that the new Joker's come out.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Because he didn't have enough say over his direction with his Joker, yeah.
Yeah, but apparently you were like doing like method acting, and apparently you did it like really bad at the start.
Really terribly, yeah.
To like all the cast.
Yeah, it wasn't really method acting; it was just being an arsehole.
They were like it was sending live leak links to like all the cast members or whatever.
Of course, there's always backlash to a film, isn't there? If you look at what The Guardian was putting out.
Yeah, and here's where we get to the
political side of it.
The controversy,
back to politics. Hey.
Well, it needs to be mentioned.
I know.
People were scared about the risk to moviegoers.
Oh, the incel.
Because there was this idea that certain communities would act violently
in response to it.
Yeah. Because the Joker is an idol to these people, sort of thing. But
nothing happened.
Up to press, nothing has happened.
Yeah.
And I hope that nothing does happen.
Yeah.
That one guy that were laughing in the theatre.
Who had to be removed because he was making people uncomfortable. But
when again?
That's like
there's a single
like a shooting or something.
Yeah, and everyone expects there to be like multiple mass shootings to occur.
Yeah, no,
and nothing happened.
The reality has been a lot more quaint.
Yeah,
I think a lot of like newspapers are looking for trouble.
Yeah, it's sensationalism at its finest.
Yeah,
really.
it sells. It sells. At the end of the day, if you're like, oh look, this movie's bad, it's going to cause terrorism, people are going to get shot, people will read that. Because that's like, oh shit, what's happening, why is this bad?
Yeah. And I mean, the media already has a bias against these groups.
Yeah.
Such as like incels and things like that. Because once they've come into the spotlight, it's like, oh my god, they hate women so much. You know what I mean?
It's like, in like all like public events, there's always gonna be like some trouble, but I think they were like really like
pushing this narrative that something was gonna happen and it was inevitable.
Oh, this person brought in their own popcorn from home, and then they got kicked out, and then like write a headline, moviegoer kicked out of Joker screening for shocking
with potential bomb. Well, it's
yeah,
like, okay.
you had popcorn, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
well,
think it's ever been
sensationalism
that
sells, and that's the be all and end of it, isn't it? Really?
No, they're arguing that Phoenix's Joker should be kept isolated from like any further
Media.
media and DC content, which, fair enough, is up to the actor if he wants to come back and reprise his role as the Joker.
Joker 2.
If he wants to do a Joker 2, I don't know if he wanted to do a Joker 2 or if Batman film with a separate Batman film, like they are going to do with that one guy from 21 Pilots, is it?
What?
Not a
Yeah,
clue.
The
Not
new
a clue what
Batman
you're
is
on
like
about anymore.
he's like a singer or something.
No, it's not the guy out of 21
I haven't
Pilots.
seen that.
Let me Google his name. Robert
If it is, I'm
Pattinson.
not seeing it.
Robert Pattinson.
Boycott 21 Pilots.
Excuse me?
Oh no! It's Edward Cullen. For
Yeah, when
Apologies.
you said Robert Pattinson.
sorry, listen, they all look the same to me. I'm sorry. Boy band actors and whatnot.
Wait,
But-
who's it?
It's
Edward Cullen
from the Twilight series.
from Twilight series.
Uh-huh.
The Twilight Saga.
You can't just stop an actor or try and boycott an actor because of one film that you didn't like.
Yeah, it's not fair, especially when the film
It's
has
brought
a
up.
rating.
It's brought up a lot in the movie as well.
Yeah, it is ironic actually.
Like Murray represents
The media.
media, suppressive media.
Well, I mean, Murray represents all talk show hosts, really. It's
Mhm.
just like a
Yeah.
caricature of all talk show
It is.
hosts,
And then
Oh, look at funny video, laugh at funny man, haha.
Let's bring him on and bully him.
Yeah.
That's how media works.
And I mean, you see that sort of thing happen, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
I don't really watch talk shows. I assume that's what happens.
It does happen with some. They brought a perfect example is Jacqueline Phoenix on. Oh, what? Not Graham Norton, the American version, Jimmy Kimmel,
Yeah.
where they brought him on and they showed to the audience a private video being unable to get into the role for Joker. And you can tell that Phoenix is very uncomfortable by the fact that they've shown this.
Well, I mean, like anyone would, because it
Mm.
like shows them like doing the job but doing it very badly.
And he says to Kimmel, that was supposed to be private. That wasn't supposed to be shared. But
I mean, that just like highlights how bad like
the whole
those,
talk show
Yeah.
sort of
mm,
environment is.
like especially Jimmy Kimmel, like I suppose.
Like,
a
the
lot of
thing is,
people
like
him.
even high tier celebrities can't escape.
Well,
no.
no, because at the end of the day, everyone's human and everyone can be brought back down to earth.
Yeah, obviously everyone's going to make mistakes, but not everybody's mistakes need to be made public.
Yeah,
Mm.
and I
Especially when
suppose,
you've got such a large consumer base.
Yeah.
like when I had my job, like if I did a shit job, like no one really cared because it was just my little
You were a
role.
vendor.
Yeah, in disabled kiosk at Huddersfield Town, but
Mm.
that's
Yeah.
besides the point. If I was a celebrity and like, I mispronounced a word or something on film and it managed to get through, like everyone would be like, "Oh, what a horrific mistake!"
Everyone point and laugh, sort of
Yeah,
thing.
and it was like,
Yeah.
And it can do a lot of harm to people.
It
oh,
can.
yeah. Like
It's bullying.
I'm sure a lot of celebrities. Well, I mean, a lot of celebrities do suffer from like depression and all that, don't they?
Hmm.
Yeah, apparently it's like more likely for someone in the public sphere, that's very open to public abuse and shit, are actually way more
Mhm.
likely to suffer from that.
Yeah, it's hardly surprising.
Plus, I guess it's sort of like a stigma, isn't there?
Yeah.
I mean, not that there should be, but it's just a fact of life, isn't it?
Mm,
It's hard to talk about these things,
it is. But, we need to.
especially if you're a celebrity and like day in, day out, you have to act like this happy-go-lucky, character.
Very important topic is mental health.
Yeah.
Perhaps something that we'll talk about in a future podcast.
Yeah, maybe if this gets us all the way back around to Mental Health Day, which is sometime in October.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's already gone past.
It's
It's already
been
gone,
this
so
year.
we don't really like do it now.
No. But if it makes it a year,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you never know.
So,
A certain someone messaged me on Mental Health Day. I won't mention who, but
okay,
someone messaged me to make sure I was okay.
we'll move on. To conclude with Joker,
good
go and
film.
see it. Go and see it.
Very good film.
Good
See
film,
if you've not seen it
But
already.
only go and see it if you think you can handle its topics.
Yeah,
Mm.
because I don't really see the point in walking out, honestly.
Yeah,
And,
not for the faint of
and
heart.
ignore all the online social media hot takes and those by the media.
Also,
Yeah.
we've already spoiled it, so I mean,
Whoopsie doopsie, sorry.
Not,
We
not
haven't
massive.
revealed like real parts, but nothing.
we didn't reveal so.
We did say spoilers. So Declan, when you upload,
You cut out.
Yeah, you
oh,
got-
did I apologize? When you upload this, if you want to give a timestamp or something,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so you can just skip to when I say
Oh
that.
no, just put really loud sensor noises. Just
Yeah, if you want to do that.
Just make it really distorted, so it's really hard to listen to.
Yeah.
So they have to listen. They have to skip past.
But yes, go and see Joker. Now for our final topic this evening:
This one's a fun one, lads.
Video game.
video games.
Video games. It's gonna wrap its way back around to politics. I just know it is.
Well, I mean, first game we've got.
First game is Cyberpunk that we wanted to talk about.
No. So yeah, Cyberpunk.
I am looking forward to it. I can't wait.
So am
Yeah, the customization thing is what's getting you excited.
Wait, when's it come out again?
I. Next year?
Yeah, but
Is
is it March or April?
Let's have a look.
Let me have a look.
Oh, one says
April.
March. Oh,
April 2020.
Oh, good. So I
Cool.
can complete Doom and then get.
On the 16th
If it
of
comes
April.
out when it says it's gonna,
Well, yeah, I think it's gonna get delayed again.
yeah, probably.
Ooh, I can finish Watch Dogs Legion when that comes out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you could play as an old lady in that game. It's gonna be so fun.
I
like, the thing-
like Watch Dogs too.
I loved Watch Dogs too. The thing about Legion is that they've got a bunch of random traits for your people that you can play as.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is if you pick an old person, they can randomly die.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean,
So-
we'll have to wait and see how they handle the character swapping mechanic, but
Because
hopefully.
the thing is with Watch Dogs games, they've always had.
Go out.
Yeah, really.
Am I?
Yeah,
Yeah, they've always
I
had
don't know.
silence.
I don't know what's going on with that.
They've always had.
They've always had
Issues
TV
at launch.
silence.
They've always had issues at launch.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
like every year ago.
Most
Mm.
big games,
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft, apologies. It's just like every modern like AAA
Every
game
AAA
anyway.
title.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, day one patch and everything.
yeah.
I'd be curious to see how a speedrun would work with like all these traits, you know.
Oh yeah, it'd be like the strat would be like hot swapping.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
like you
it,
go
it would
to
be
an
to
old
not go
person,
granny.
Yeah, not
F1
do
or
granny.
something.
Unless one of the missions requires a distraction, in which case granny all the way, and then just have like a heart attack.
Yeah, I mean, granny is the distraction, really.
What's your secret power? Heart attacks. Bam.
But one game that is actually coming out this year is Death Stranding.
Mm-hmm. That's next
Yeah.
month.
You can drink a can of Monster.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Right, I
Oh my
don't
God.
know. Actually, I'll fact check this if I bring it up before I bring it up.
Well, I'm pretty sure it can.
But it comes out next month, the 8th of November.
Oh my god, it's real. They're doing a PS4 Pro for
Oh yeah.
Death Stranding. Controller comes with baby.
I
In one of the like the
doesn't-
handles, there's a little baby in there.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I read that it doesn't come with a baby.
Does it not come with baby?
No, it's
Oh no,
It's
it's just
piss-coloured.
see-through yellow.
it's piss coloured, but it is not baby.
That's sad.
I'm
Yeah,
looking
well,
forward to
some
it.
of the reveal pictures had baby in it, and I was like, oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but I might borrow it for one.
I think I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna get
Yeah,
it
wait
at
and
launch.
see what happens, because
Oh,
the thing is,
then you can't lend it to me.
the thing is,
No, not that.
see, thinking about Kojima having complete like creative direction and control is
Sounds
one of
amazing.
he wanted the sniper bit in. Remind me of the Metal Gear game. Which specific one?
Just 5.
I think he wanted that to last for actually like 5 actual hours.
Oh, Metal Gear Solid 3.
Metal Gear Solid 3, yeah,
I
he
thought
wanted the
you were
sniper
about
bit to
Quiet.
last. No, he wanted that to last for actually like 5 real-time hours.
The end.
Yeah. So
Well,
if there's something stupid like that in Death Stranding, it'll be anti-fun.
Well, I doubt
Mhm.
he will. You know, he wouldn't have sat behind a team
The
of
only
yes
reason why
men.
it wasn't included was because he had people at Konami tell him no.
Well, he'll have
But
people
now that he's
like that
started
now.
his own company,
Yeah. Won't be no
Yeah,
one to
but I
say
mean,
no.
There
They
is
will
like
be-
the
they
thing
will
where you
say
can like
no.
you
change
don't know
the...
that because it's his company.
Well,
At
yeah,
Konami, it was an
Lucasfilms.
employee.
Lucasfilms was George Lucas's company. With
Yeah,
when the
look how he
prequels.
messed up with the prequels.
No, with the prequels when they rolled around, he had a lot of people telling him no.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of people tell him yes.
No, he wasn't surrounded by yes men, and I doubt that Konami will also be surrounded by yes men.
It's not Konami though, is it?
It's Kojima.
Kojima, sorry,
Kojima Productions.
So,
sorry.
well, it's like with
We'll wait and see.
We will.
look with the ending Metal Gear Solid 3, there were multiple ways of dealing with the end. Like, I assume that's how it's going to be with Death Stranding if there is like boss battles and all that.
And it's
And
not
if-
just a really fancy walking simulator.
I really hope. I don't think it's going to be a walking simulator. There's like the option to play it as a walking simulator, but
Alright.
I think it is.
I don't mind
at its
walking
core a
simulators.
third-person shooter
Yeah, in the
With
loosest terms possible.
with some stealth elements, but it is not a
It
stealth
is.
game.
It isn't Metal Gear. It's guys. It's not Metal Gear.
It's not Metal Gear Solid. It's
Death
plastic
Stranding.
cog. Ah, it's like the worst parody of itself.
We kind of glossed over Cyberpunk.
We
yeah.
did.
I am
Anything that you want to say about it? Because to be fair, I'm not that interested in it. So if anyone's going to talk about it, it's going to be you.
Right.
I'm interested in it. I'm
All I
ready
want.
for it.
Right. I know it's got the gender slider and everything, but as long as I can be a dude with long hair, that's all I want.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very small feature detail that a lot of games does not have. Like, you know, I can be a dude with a man bun and all that, but I don't want a man bun.
Yeah.
I want long hair, and I want to be able to shoot dudes. Then it's gonna be fun.
It's a
I will
simple
like
enough
it.
request, but you know, games seem to be lacking on dudes with long hair.
Yeah, it's like they've got girls with short hair. Why can't they have dudes with long hair?
I mean, we know where the controversy comes from. Oh, you can play transgendered person.
It's just a game. If you don't want to do that, then
You
Just deal with
have
it,
the option
like-
to not do that though, don't
Yeah,
you?
you
As far as I
do.
understand it.
Yeah, just slide the
It's-
slider all the way to the
it's not-
right or the left.
It's not forced on you.
What?
The game isn't
The-
saying to you.
I'm just
Play as
wondering
a
why it's so
transgender.
controversial if you have the option to not do the thing that people are angry about.
Because it's the company pandering to the JW
Yeah,
my
I mean,
propaganda
it's-
agenda,
Yeah,
isn't it?
because these people, you know, like transgendered people, should never find any representation in media. Because
Yeah,
that's
Clearly,
like
people
liberal
think you
agenda.
shouldn't.
It's like I have a problem with not being able to have long hair as a dude. Like I dread to think how bad it is for like transgender people. You know,
Yeah,
it's a very small detail.
yeah. The long hair is passable.
You know, I can live without that.
All I'm saying is it looks cool and there's Keanu Reeves, so
There is indeed motion captured Keanu Reeves.
so
He
it
is the
can't be bad,
Fortnite
can
man.
it?
Good graphics, anti-aliasing.
Looks honest. I'm just very excited for the customization.
Yeah.
I hope it runs well.
There was also some issue with like another controversy regarding it to do with like how all the crime gangs were ethnic minorities or something.
Oh, so it's pissing off both sides.
Oh,
Yeah.
I vaguely remember something about
The thing is, it's considering like the setting of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether that's such a big issue. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's a futuristic game.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, it's hardly going to be like, fiction. Well, I mean, it's going to be fiction.
It's gonna be fiction.
Reality, not
It's-
fiction.
Yeah.
Well, I highly doubt that real life is going to be like Cyberpunk. Things are going to be different. Don't
Yeah, we're not
understand.
gonna get to then because I'm all gonna die.
Yeah.
I mean, look
We
at
need to
Blade
plan.
Runner.
We need to make Great Green Wall, the Great Green Wall, like 2, 3, 4, and 5 if we want to get to that place.
Yeah, we need to make them out of like circuit boards.
Oh God.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
Smart trees you walk past
so-
connect to them. How
Oh,
much oxygen do you
Wi-Fi
want to
trees.
produce right now?
Wi-Fi trees.
Oh, it's
So
growing
what's-
Bluetooth.
What's the next game?
Doom.
Yeah, well,
Doom,
apparently not.
Wait Eternal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
You know-
that one might be on the back burner for a while now.
Yeah.
Doom. Well, I
Doom
also
2016. Doom 2016. Brilliant game. It's
Oh,
very
yeah.
fun. Yeah.
But Doom
It
Eternal.
wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Doom 2016 feels good to shoot gun and you can tear up demon.
Mm.
That's all you ask for.
I mean,
You know?
that's the appeal of it, but it's.
Like, I've pre-ordered 2 games in my life. One of them is coming out in November.
Mhm.
I mean, it's already out digital, but I want it physical.
Mhm.
The other one is Doom Eternal, and that's been delayed. I mean, don't pre-order.
I don't think I've
Do
ever
pre-order.
pre-ordered a game.
Do pre-order because you got Doom 64 for free.
The problem is Bethesda.
Oh no, I did pre-order a game.
Oh.
What game?
Fallout 4.
Uh-oh, that was a mistake.
No, Fallout 4 wasn't the bad one.
It was.
Fallout 4 was the mediocre one.
It was good for one run, and then after that,
EA,
just like,
the replayability.
It
Fa-
was
Fallout-
no New
Fallout-
Vegas.
Like,
Fallout
compared
4 is
to
the
New
checklist
Vegas.
edition of Fallout.
Yeah.
compared to New Vegas, it's not as good.
At least you didn't pre-order
76.
2. That was a flop.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's the problem with Doom Eternal, because like Bethesda have the reins of power, and
Yeah, but it's not like a
Uh,
pure Bethesda game. is
no,
it?
no,
It's
no,
also
no,
like-
no. Yeah, but they're all, publishing and marketing and
I mean,
all
they
that sort of
published it,
aspect
they did
is-
develop it, it's not going to have
is
a Bethesda
Bethesda.
trademark bugs, is it?
Hmm.
no.
It's not going to be like, oh, you can clip out a bounce and then get banned, and then you have to like write an apology saying, oh, I'm sorry.
Ooh, frame
Your
rate,
game is
frame rate, no.
You must buy
Your
another
running
copy of
speed is
Skyrim
linked to your frame
continue.
Yeah, like, I am sorry that my game runs too fast.
Yeah, that was it.
was.
I'd like to play the original, Fallout 1 and 2.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'd like to
They're
go
on
into
Steam, aren't
I have them. They were free with GOG.
Mhm.
Alright.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, I don't endorse piracy, but it's a very old game.
But you know, I don't think they're gonna miss those few little bits of money they would take to buy them.
Thing is, though, I think they sell it for like £5 or something.
Let me have
There
a
is
look,
that
let me have a
collection
look.
coming out, though,
What was
which
that?
is like
The Fallout.
They're doing a collection of like 1, 2 Tactics, 3 New Vegas, 4.
No,
Mm.
that won't be too.
Oh,
As long as it's
Fallout.
cheap and chill.
Fallout, you know, the original is £7.
Yeah.
Right.
The original
Fallout.
£7.
Fallout 3 is £7 too, but not compatible on Windows 10.
Is it not?
No,
Nah, bullshit.
like, they just decided Fallout 3 is not optimized for Windows.
I mean, it's not optimized. Like, nothing's optimized for Windows 10. Windows 10 is a mess, but...
I love the new
Wait, what?
update on Windows.
Oh yeah, I have it for games for Windows Live.
It's fine, I've got it on PS3. But, you know, Doom, shooty bang bang, kill the demon.
I'm
That's,
upset that
that's
there's no
really all there
deathmatch.
is to it.
There's not going to be a proper deathmatch, and I'm
Well,
really sad.
You see, I've never played a Doom game, so...
It'll be fine if we've got the Halo Master Chief remake collection thing
Yeah.
coming soon.
Oh yeah, that's coming to PC
That's
now.
coming to PC.
Yeah, but that's Blizzard, and we're not allowed to buy Blizzard games, are we?
China.
Not anymore.
Oh, I know it's Bungie in it.
That's
Yeah,
Spongy.
yeah, it is,
Well, I thought it was all the same thing. All starts with B.
but,
Video games are all the same. I mean,
yeah.
I thought. Wait, Blizzard do Battle.net?
Yes.
yes,
Don't Bungie release games through Battle.net?
not a clue.
They did Destiny
There's
2.
just Destiny 2, but that's moved to Steam now.
Isn't it going free to play?
Yep.
It's been free to play for ages.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I paid for it with
Ah.
Bundle.
Yeah, I have a friend that pre-ordered it. Got like the
Uh-oh.
deluxe edition, which is like £90.
Did they get any form of compensation when it went free to play?
No, what the fuck?
Oh,
Imagine paying £90 for a free-to-play game.
Oh my god.
Dum dum.
technically, I paid for Team Fortress 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, people are probably guilty of buying a bunch of like optional extras for TF2 though. over the
I
years.
bought the orange box from CEX on PS3, that
Mhm.
TF2. Oh, that was a buggy mess. And I bought the Valve Complete Pack, which comes with TF2.
Fair enough.
But you do get some bonus goodies for having like a purchase copy.
Yeah. The other cool thing coming to PC soon is Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that
Mm.
game.
Yeah.
Right.
First game
I
ever
mean,
to
that
feature the
will interest
entire
you more.
Earth. Yeah,
the
being an
entire Earth,
aerospace-
the whole Earth.
Yeah, doing aerospace engineering and there's
Yeah, that
literally-
might be interesting for you.
Yeah.
I hope it's to scale, because
Well, it was made.
I want you to
using-
fly by my house and crash in.
yeah.
Oh, that would actually be really fun though.
It was made using like drone systems and satellites that photo scanned the planet.
They've been photo scanning my planet. Damn government.
Yeah. So apparently it's already got like 2 petabytes of data in
Christ!
in the data center, which gets procedurally loaded like as you fly.
You're gonna need like one of those big machines you see in a
Yeah.
Right.
3D simulator to play it.
And like vegetation, traffic, and clouds are rendered using AI. So.
Oh, maybe you can see my mum's car on the way to work.
It's going to be using like Google Street View.
Well, Bing Street View.
Yeah,
No,
it's Bing.
Street View.
It is Bing.
Big Street
You'll-
View.
Yeah.
Flying
Anyone
in
who
Big
tries to
Street
play
View.
it will plug it in, and then the computer will blow.
Yeah.
And then the little plane will fly out.
I didn't know this, but Microsoft promised that every person on Earth that plays the game will be able to check out his own house and fly over his neighborhood, no matter what
Yes.
city or town he lives in.
See, that was the first reaction, and that is immediately what the advertising.
Yeah.
I'm glad I can see my house even from above, even though I don't need to because I live in it.
I can throw out my first point, because that's irrelevant now, that we know this to scale. But my second point is, I really hope we do like a racing game, which is to scale planet Earth. 'Cause, right, when I saw one of Forza Motorsport games is like a recreation of a UK. I thought it was going to be to scale, and I was really
No.
sad when it was just like one road, and then that's it. It's like you've driven through all of Yorkshire in like 30 seconds.
How big Yorkshire is in real life.
Would have been nice, I suppose.
We're living in a simulation.
It's
Yorkshire's
like-
actually 30 seconds.
Not even racing, just like seeing like landmarks and stuff. Like, oh,
It's
this is
stopping off at the Angel of
M62
the North.
house.
because this is exactly what we play video games for, to just experience reality again.
Yeah, to experience real life.
Yeah,
in
but
the
I don't
comfort of
drive.
our homes.
I don't drive. I would
To
like
be fair,
drive.
if you could drive a car at very high speed into the Angel of the North, that'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
But then again,
Oh.
probably have to like,
It's...
Just Cause 5 set in England.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'd be down for that. That'd be
Just
great.
Cause
no,
Huddersfield.
because I already know what it's going to be like. All the characters are going to be like, "Oi, mate, you got a license for that grappling."
Oh.
Oh, no, sorry.
You could poke someone's eye out with that
You,
grappling.
you could just ruin my joke, couldn't you, Aviat?
But yeah,
Jeez.
but I mean, that's what it'd be like. You saw the, well, I don't know if you saw the latest Hellboy film.
Oh.
The latest what?
Hellboy film.
No.
Oh no.
Worst film, well, not the worst film ever, that's Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, but it's the worst
Oh,
of the three
Declan.
Hellboy films.
Very nice.
Very nice.
We've gone
Very
2
nice.
hours and you've decided to burn.
I didn't vote. What do you want about?
We've done 2 hours.
He's gonna censor it.
Yeah,
Oh, I
we're
already
2 hours.
muted my microphone. It just didn't mute on
Ah,
the Discord
mental.
for some reason.
We're 2 hours in. We started at about 10:30.
We
It's
did,
now.
It's been 2 minutes and 47 seconds.
Oh.
Yep.
We've almost done.
Yeah, we've
We've
got
only got 3
like
games to
2,
go.
3
Right,
games left.
right. Postal, last one for that's on PC. Postal 4.
It's out now.
It's out now
Oh,
in
yeah.
early access, and it's probably really buggy.
And you piece
It's
in the
really-
toilet.
But you can piss. You can take a piss.
Apparently, it's just like
again,
Puzzle 2.
that's it,
but
10 out of
like
10.
new.
It's new Postal 2.
10 out of 10,
Mm.
very much
You
high.
can ride in a electronic scooter
Granny
thing,
scooter.
I might
Yeah.
buy it when it gets patched a little bit.
and you can use cats again
As silencer.
as
Good.
friends.
But can stroke.
Yeah, they can be friends too.
That's good.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Moving on to
Moving on to the Switch.
the most highly anticipated games for us.
Most highly anticipated game of all time, Mario and Sonic at the Tokyo 2020.
Animal
Oh,
Crossing.
Is it 2020 or 2019 games?
2020. Why?
2020
Why are you
games.
starting with Mario and Sonic?
Because it's
Because
highly
that is the most
anticipated.
It's the
Bruh.
most highly anticipated game of all time.
Well, it's in-
Incorrect.
it's in the
They took a
order.
break with the Mario and Sonic series, right? And now it's back.
And it's better than
And
ever.
it's got, yeah, it actually is. They've got like the whole retro feature as well.
Yeah,
That actually looks
think-
pretty
that looks
cool.
really fun. They
I
only
think you're
took a
forgetting
break
about-
because the
And
Wii
you
U
can
was
and you
bad.
can get to see Wario in a diving suit. That's
Mm-hmm.
pretty epic.
That's the only thing we need to ever.
You're clearly forgetting about Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
All right.
I like the look
Animal
of Animal
Crossing.
Crossing.
It
Animal
looks,
Crossing fun.
yeah.
Uh,
It does.
On
I hope it is not bad.
You
I
can
hope
build
Reggie's
your
in it.
own town now.
I wish it just.
Holy
did-
shit! What if they made an animal villager that was based on Reggie,
That'd be a nice
and he had an
send-off.
obsession with playing Animal Crossing on his Nintendo 3DS?
That'd be a nice send-off for him, to be honest.
To tell you the truth, I'd just be happy with like a HD remake of like City Folk. That way,
Yeah. I
like,
don't know what you're on about.
oh,
because here's the thing, I'm
Wii
scared it's
Fitness
gonna
is
be
coming
too
back
much
as
like
well,
the
isn't
app.
it? no, Wii Fit
Kind
Balance
of coming
board.
back.
coming back with the
Oh yeah, that
rings,
ring.
whatever that is.
The ring adventure.
Yeah.
You really need to take a look at the like the gameplay video for that, because it is terrible.
Is it good?
It's your standard Nintendo fare. It's like it's fun for all the family, and you can do this, and it's fun.
You can
Trust us,
twist
it's
it.
fun.
Twist it left, twist
Yeah,
it
you
right.
You can bop it.
You can
Well,
bop
if
it,
it works, then it works.
pull it.
I mean, I don't see the issue.
spin it, twist it.
The main game mode for it is an RPG.
Yeah.
and you can level up your character and everything.
Yeah.
That is cool. I might get it. I might not.
Yeah, but then they'll be like, get your amiibos, guys. Get your.
No,
Wii."
they won't. But can you imagine? Can you imagine the ring amiibo, the fucking
Anyway,
the fit ring amiibo?
No, I just like imagine like the Wii fitness trainers that make a return.
It's not Wii Fit, guys. It's not Wii Fit.
I
Wii
don't-
Fit isn't coming back, guys. It's not Wii Fit.
basically the
It's
same
not Wii
thing.
Fit.
It's
It's
basically
it's
the
a
same
Nintendo game about keeping fit, but it's not Wii Fit.
It's not Wii Fit. It's
It's
Nintendo
not.
Switch Fit.
It's Switch adventure funny ring game. It's not Wii
Yeah.
Fit.
It's not Wii Fit. At the end of the day, it's Nintendo
It's-
Ring Adventure.
Yeah, there's no balance board character. There's no Wii Fit trainer. It's different. It's
Yeah.
it's a completely different idea. Yeah. And apparently there's like a thing where you can like edit the tension on the ring to suit your experience level.
Oof.
So even geriatrics can do it.
Oh, you're on about the. Yeah, I know
What
that
do you
ring
think we
game.
were on about?
Sorry, it's blanked out. Animal Crossing. What I thought you were on about. I'm like, well, there's no ring.
There's no ring.
There's no ring in Animal
Yeah,
Crossing.
there is Animal Crossing, right?
Animal
Crossing.
Crossing's
You can
the
craft
same-
a ring,
it's the same
and you
sort
can sacrifice the villagers that you don't like
Mm-hmm.
in the ring altar, which pleases
Mhm.
Knock and it reduces your mortgage.
Oh, God. Of course, there is Metroid, which we know nothing about.
Which has also been put on the back burner as well. It's been
Mm.
delayed.
Pretty much everything that everyone was like, yeah.
It's been delayed.
Yeah,
It's been
can't
delayed.
wait.
They
It's
threw,
been
they threw
delayed.
everything out. They threw everything out, and they switched developers for it. So that's never coming out.
I
That'll
just
come
want
out. That'll come out for the console after the Switch. I'm betting you.
I just want to see.
What, the
Samus
tiny
again.
Switch?
No. Like the whole new console. Not the fucking
Have
Switch
you,
Lite.
Have you seen like the image of like consoles through the years and how they're like pretty much consistent? Like the PlayStation hasn't really changed.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the Xbox
even
hasn't really
Nintendo.
changed.
Even Nintendo were alright with that because NES, SNES, N64.
But then it just goes a bit wacky, doesn't it?
GameCube was like a traditional console, but small. And then Wii's wacky. Wii U's wackier, and now the Switch is wacky, but it works.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
the only
true.
really like same looking controllers like the Dogbone NES controller and the
Yeah, and
Super Nintendo.
the Super Nintendo.
Like,
But
other than
yeah,
that,
but I get your point because the Xbox has been pretty consistent, and as has the PlayStation
apart
in
from
terms
the
of design.
Duke
Yeah,
controller
but like
Xbox.
like Nintendo like just like goes a bit mad.
Yeah, post GameCube, they're like, okay, we need to innovate because this isn't working anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll put
yeah,
all those
probably-
points into innovation and no points into hardware.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Name
think
of the game.
Nintendo could do with like doing like a console which is on par with.
Their generation, yeah, the other consoles of the generation that might work, yeah.
Mm.
But Switch Pro, anyone? Switch Pro,
Switch Pro.
that might happen.
I've already got a normal Switch. And
It's
running everything on 40 FPS.
yeah, well, if only they had included more, physical storage on it.
Oh, we're ready for ray tracing and everything on the new consoles. Oof.
Yeah. That'll be
Ray
fun.
tracing, yeah.
Graphics look so fancy, but is it really much point to it?
No.
You know, they're
No.
working on more old games with ray tracing.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Pong with ray tracing.
Oh my god, next gen
It'll be
Pong.
beautiful. It's simply divine. I mean, what games have ray tracing?
Quake 2,
Minecraft.
Quake 2.
Oh yeah, Minecraft. Minecraft is
Yeah,
Minecraft is very
You
important.
can't forget Minecraft.
Wolfenstein, Control, Tomb
Hmm.
Raider.
Oh, fair enough then.
That's about it. I overdo Quake 1 with RTX.
RTX on.
RTX on.
That's
Oh
the
man,
name.
can you imagine this podcast with RTX on? Ooh,
Whoa!
Okay, difference.
That's our sponsor for the day.
That's
God, if
this
only.
podcast is sponsored by RTX.
RTX, wow.
Yeah, NVIDIA, send us all a 2080
Yeah,
Ti.
2080 Ti, please, thank you.
Cool. Epic, nice sponsor.
Right.
If
I
anyone
think-
wants to sponsor us, get in touch with Declan.
I thank you all for listening. This was the All In Podcast.
All in.
Yeah, very good.
And we're done.